Right, hello everyone. We should be live. Me and Archer here. I'm setting up a Discord server, so you owe me a lot of fucking money.
A secret Discord server.
This is a really expensive process, don't you know? Yes. So yeah, I don't know. I just figured I'd do it. Skype's pissing me off, man. Start trying to use Discord more because Skype's fucking abysmal.
Mine's behaving just fine. I don't know what you're doing. You must be doing something horribly wrong, I guess.
Literally, like, someone will message me and then half an hour later I still don't have the notification, so I have to check my phone to see if I get my Skype notifications now. I can't just have them on my desktop, and it's just getting to the point where it's pissing me off.
It does do that occasionally. I've also had it do that. Not as often as you guys seem to have it, but mine also have had its period.
So, someone in the chat's like, "What 25k? Fuck that, mate, dude." It's a joke. No one owes me any money. Holy fuck! Sorry for people who. Sorry. Yeah, for people who didn't know, Anita Sarkeesian charged 25 grand. Did a Kickstarter for 25 grand, and if she was successful, she'd open a Discord server. And it's like, why don't you just open the Discord server? Like, if you didn't get it, well, you can do nothing, you know.
I mean, that's Anita Sarkeesian, a woman who has made it her professional career in life to start Kickstarters.
Yeah, I mean, she does a lot of public speaking. I think, probably. I don't know. I haven't actually been paying attention to anything she's done for ages.
Don't you know that you're obsessed with her?
The other day, I actually did take a look at her YouTube channel, and the only thing that I came away from is that her channel's fucking dead. No one fucking watches her channel, and so I just went to like one of the latest videos, and I thought, okay, for old time's sake, I'll harass her on the internet, I guess. You know, I'll criticize her video, and like one of the top comments I pinned it, 'cause it was just so good. It was like, "Wow, this is like a pity fuck," and I was like, "Man, it really felt like that when I was doing it." It was just like, "Oh, go on, I'll throw her a bone." So yeah, I know. I felt bad for it. Like, I mean, the thing is, it's very confected, her whole career. Like, it was because they'd pass it around in news articles that that her videos would get the views that they get, and I mean, she's very much like Richard Spencer. The only difference between Anita Sarkeesian and Richard Spencer is that Richard Spencer doesn't have an audience, a ready-made. He doesn't have an audience, but like a ready-made press. Like, if the Republican press were alt-right sympathetic, Richard Spencer would be like Anita Sarkeesian. Probably more successful, to be honest. But she's very, very well supported by the people who are making the media that we consume. If Richard Spencer was, he'd be in exactly the same position. But she hasn't really got a base, and neither does he.
She also gained an absolute truckload of publicity because she was the first women's on the internet to ever be harassed, basically.
Oh, yeah, I mean, it's a tie between her and Zoe Quinn, isn't it? Zoe Quinn's been getting harassed for quite some time, you know?
Oh, yeah, but her video, tropes on... What was it again? Tropes against... No.
Tropes versus women.
Tropes versus women, yes.
Yeah.
That was a massive controversy for a while. I remember...
Yeah.
Jim Sterling made like 3 videos of this, basically complaining that people were complaining, which is a wonderful circle fuck.
Yeah, I know, I remember. And Movie Bob decided he'd cuck.
Yes.
Oh, sorry, chat, I wasn't looking. Last time Germany lost at the stage was in 1938. Clearly they didn't take it too well. All I'm saying is Jews and Jippos may want to watch out. I haven't been following the World Cup at all, but I did hear that. Didn't England lose today? If you know, like, this is why I don't follow football.
I think England was once good at football, but it's been a while.
I wouldn't necessarily say that. I mean,
as long as Sweden loses, I am happy.
Honestly, I feel like Sweden's losing enough, and maybe they need a victory.
I don't know.
Hail God Emperor Trump and his Space Marines, absolutely.
God, that is a beautiful thing, isn't it?
I fucking love it. It's meme magic coming true. It's all coming together.
The Trump Space Force. Oh,
I know,
beautiful.
isn't that great?
If he has any sense, he will name them Space Marines. Because, I mean, it makes sense. They're in space, and they could be Marines. Yeah?
Exactly. You've got to do it, man. Can Arch do a This Week in Stupid, because the way he articulates things is fucking hilarious. And I also have nightmares about anime lictor Talvar. I can certainly ask Arch when I next go away if he'd like to do This Week in Stupid for the week.
Certainly would, but by the way, the mention of the anime lictor, now I have to show Sog on this. Whoever said that, you are responsible for what is about to happen next.
Okay.
I'll put it in the new secret Discord thing. It's a beautiful thing.
It's not secret. I'm going to be using it publicly. Oh god, what the fuck is this?
I was making a video about a lictor, and somehow I got to the idea that this one lictor was stalking this dude because he'd had a crush on him, and that was what resulted.
Oh, sorry, I just realised that Dev didn't have the permission to get in the room or something. Oh yeah, that was it. I was sorting out the permissions. Sorry, we started talking. Sorry, everyone. I'm actually setting up the Discord, so like, you know,
Secret Discord.
yeah, secret public Discord. But,
No, Dev's got access. He's purple.
Yeah, no, I just gave it to him. If Trump's okay funding for genetically modified catgirls, we're officially in the best timeline.
Oh, fuck yes.
Trump must start rehabbing the weebs and furries, to be honest. I totally agree with that one. And I'm a big fan of Rags, but man, I need to rehab him. No, I'm joking.
I mean, furriness is degeneracy. I mean, that is fact.
But
I'm sorry.
I think furries accept that. I think they accept it. Which I can respect.
But catgirls are different. Catgirls are fine, and we need catgirls in our lives. Aren't cats like immune to cancer or something? I'm sure there are medical benefits to just making everybody catgirls. It'll be beautiful.
I love how we can actually hit SJWs who are LARPing as actual LARPers. I'm glad to be in a full contact LARP. Okay. I can't imagine that SJWs go for full contact like ancient warfare LARPing, but you know, it sounds good. It sounds like fun. Read Kindly Inquisitors, it's phenomenal. Yes, I will. It's on my list. Arch do a lore vid for the Salamanders. Gotta save Poland. Okay, right. So I'm actually gonna fucking sort this out. So, just don't mind me taking forever because I'm shit.
The Salamanders will be done when I go over all of the legions, which basically means at the end of the Horus Heresy. So, ages from fucking now. I haven't done like a single Space Marine video for like 3 years, so I can wait.
Man, I fucking really wish I'd called my channel Alcibiades. I never. This is the thing, right? People think that I put some sort of fucking thought into the channel name that I have, and I really fucking didn't. It was just my gamer tag. I just liked the story in a like sort of Rome Total War-esque sort of way, and I like the character. Don't get me wrong, but it's so far back in history. It's like there's actually very little like real information, and it's very annoying. And I prefer Athens in general, like classical Greece. I'm more of a fan of that than. I mean, I do love ancient Mesopotamia. It's great, but if I was going to like actually choose something, it would be classical Athens. And god damn it, I'm just annoyed at myself. My complete lack of foresight.
Foresight, yes. You should have realized that one day you'd grow to a channel of like 800,000 people. You'd be joining UKIP and fighting the culture war against the far left. You should have known, Saigon.
They'll be printing literally in since we've joined UKIP, we have had at least 20 articles written internationally. I'm just like all I did was join a political party. That's all. That's it. And like 20 fucking articles. I mean, calling us like I have been called a foul person, and I'm just like, man, that's just really not how I think of myself. Like, how stressed do they have to be to like start describing someone who they don't. I mean, they have such a poor like familiarity with any of us. That's the thing, especially me. Like, like one of them was like, he even did a video with the question, you know, was Enoch Powell right? And it's like, yeah, but what was my answer? like, 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 are you just afraid to talk about things? You know, this is.
Yeah, but I've said this before, but you've literally become the thing now. You've almost become the mainstream, I guess, when it comes to YouTube politics. I mean, I literally do think that when you made that kind of funny video on Ralph, you know, Sargon derangement syndrome, I think you were onto something. I really think you fucking were.
Honestly, I see a lot of the same thing with Trump and the SJWs. I think the derangement syndrome is true, and it's not new, right? I remember Steve Shives made a fucking video. He's on a live stream, and he just seemed just out of his gourd. He was like, "Look, nothing we do stops him." It's just like, I mean, like, it's the funniest fucking phrase out of his mouth. And I was like, yeah, but that's just because I'm making statements that are true. You know, I say true things, and people are like, wow, that is a good point. And I get so many fucking messages from people saying, man, you really changed my mind on this leftist stuff. I was totally bought into it, all this sort of stuff. I'm like, man, I'm really glad to hear that. I'm fucking, because otherwise everything I'd be doing would be a waste of fucking time. You know? So, you know, I'm very glad to hear that. But yeah, it's like, I've got to the point where it's not even stressful that they're writing these articles. I'm actually having quite a fun time of them writing just massively defamatory articles. But it's just like, people are like, well, don't you care? It's like, well, no, because I've got a megaphone, you know.
Not to mention, some of them are literally making your point for you. The Guardian article was beautiful. Wasn't that the one where they were at the end, Sargon of Akkad and other far-righters who stand for freedom of speech.
Yeah,
like, yes, yeah. Thank you. That's good.
Yeah. It's like, look at these crazy liberals. It's like, yeah, far right, I tell you. I guess from your perspective, we probably are.
I just love the fact that you've got a source like the Guardians writing people. Like, what must be going through your head when you write the sentence "pro-free speech" in basically his piece? Like,
hey, they actually fuck's sake, they passed something around earlier. What was it, like Sean Hannity or something had basically published the key tenets of the Democrats platform, and you know, they were passing around going, Sean Hannity's just presented these things as a negative, and the thing is, they're not necessarily negative. It's more the ethos behind them that's negative. It's where it's going, and a lot of them are just dumb, but like feel good, you know. Let's just continue open borders because we're saving people, and say, okay, you know, let's, you know, those sort of things. But it's amazing how they've become unself-aware.
yeah, I mean, I wonder how much of this is genuine mental gymnastics, and how much of this is just them not managing to grasp their own ideology. I mean, a lot of it's also just good old-fashioned politics. I mean, look at Germany now. Angela Merkel is now competing with Alternative for Germany, or Alternative for Deutschland, about who can have the strictest immigration policy.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of fucking backwards world are we in now? Fucking Mother Merkel is trying to shut down the borders faster than the so-called far-right party.
Because she is genuinely Germany's Hillary, isn't she? She stands for absolutely fucking nothing.
At the very least, she doesn't stand for anything that couldn't get her re-elected. This is one of the real problems in modern-day politics, and why people hate fucking politicians, because they have started to realize that politicians, they don't do this, you know, any kind of, you know, altruism. They don't do this because they want to help the people or do their job. This is a profession for them. This is literally their job, and they need to get re-elected because that's where the fattest paycheck is.
Yeah. Right, okay, I'm gonna keep fucking with this, see if I can get this working. Yeah, sorry guys, this isn't exactly going to be the world's most thrilling stream or anything. But I mean, Archer, if you've got any interesting subjects to talk about, do go for it. I mean, I could send you an article or something if you want some funny stuff.
I might have a couple ideas.
Go ahead.
So, I did talk about this previously, but I think a lot of you guys watching now haven't heard this, and it's a rather funny story. So, the whole Me Too campaign, as most of you know of, has been sweeping the country, destroying many, many things. Mostly feminism, which is fucking beautiful. The fairly far left news channel over here in Norway, TV2, which is a relatively decently neutral on most things when it comes to Norwegian politics, but international, they're far left. They had like 5 people having to quit their jobs because they'd been a little bit too graspy-handed.
Really? More male feminists? Did you see what was the other one earlier? There was this 22-year-old progressive who, what was he worked in some children. I'll find it because it was just like, holy fuck, dude. Like it, he worked for a charity for raped kids or something. He's caught raping kids and trying to like arrange this sort of shit. It's just like, holy fuck.
Well, I mean, if that's your thing, I guess going to where the victims are makes it easier.
Going where the victims are. Right, okay, so is it sex abuse fighter Joel...
Sex abuse fighter.
Yeah, no, I'm not even... There we go. Right, okay. Sex abuse fighter Joel Davis arrested for child porn, enticing minors for sex. Right? He's a Columbia University student. A prominent 22-year-old advocate against sexual violence stands accused of living a double life by federal authorities who are arrested in charge of committing a number of sex crimes involving children, facing him with the possibility of life behind bars. Joel Davis, the founding executive director of Youth to End Sexual Violence, faces a potential life in prison. He was taken into custody on Tuesday following a month-long sting operation by FBI agents caught to a federal complaint. Authorities say that between May the 16th and this past Monday, Davis sent sexually explicit text messages, photos, and videos of children to the undercover agents after responding to one of their posts on a fetish website. During the chats, Davis allegedly expressed the desire to engage in sex with young children and discussed plans to meet with a 9-year-old girl and a 2-year-old girl for sexuality through an agent. Holy fuck. Like, Davis, he admitted to molesting and attempting intercourse with a 7-year-old boy and a 3-year-old. Fucking hell.
Why is it always boys?
Why is it always male feminists? And the answer must honestly be they're doing it to cover themselves, so they can say, I would never do that. I'm a male feminist. I'm a child sex. I end sexual violence against children.
You know,
he lists himself online as serving as a chairman of an international campaign to stop rape and gender violence. What a good fucking feminist he is.
See, I really think there's something. Like Jordan Peterson says here, a little bit of Freudian in this.
Yeah.
You know? They're constantly like, oh no, I'm against this. And they start thinking, but maybe, what if?
In 2015, at 19, he'd been nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize. Fucking...
Oh, God. May I just apologize, by the way, on behalf of all Norwegians. We know the fucking Peace Prize means fucking nothing anymore. We're trying to fix it. I'm sorry.
It's adorable, but, like, yeah, it doesn't really have a lot of weight, I'll be honest. But that is just... reset the fucking clock. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, I'm going to carry on saying on this Discord server. I will get it sorted, chat, and then when I've got it sorted, I'll post it so you can join it, and then I'll like drag you into the thing and we can talk. But
right, so
like, I can't do it right now because sorry, say again.
My story. While team's tinkering.
Yes.
So the Me Too campaign was sweeping Norway as usual, and a couple of politicians got scooped up. Obviously, all of them from the left-wing parties, because again, duh. Well, not all of them. There was at least one youth leader of the right who'd also been getting a bit gropey, but the real fun thing happened when the leader of the proper far-left party, you know, full open borders, everybody should have a living wage, nobody should earn anything, 100% tax, full-on fucking crazy people. The leader of that party, a woman by the name of Trine Skei Grande, decided to get drunk off her face and drag a 17-year-old boy out into a fucking cornfield where she proceeded to teach him the meaning of love. This then got found out by the news media, and it got dismissed in about 5 minutes. Because despite the fact that the 17-year-old boy did not want to comment on any of this, he's probably fucking traumatized, this wasn't abuse. But another politician who had been accused of speaking incorrectly, or was it speaking without the proper respect to a woman, lost his position and has been essentially banned from holding further office in Norwegian politics. I do love the double standard involved in all of this. I really do.
Sorry, I wasn't actually listening to that myself because I was focusing.
That's fine. I understand. You're concentrating. This is the first time Simon's played with Discord.
Yeah, alright, I'm old. Give me a fucking break. But Skype has been so awful. I have no idea. I'm gonna have to Google this. Holy fuck.
See, is there anything else funny we could talk about?
Yeah,
there definitely is Trump, as bloody always.
Oh, I love this. I'll show everyone a thing. This was just amazing. We're preparing for Trump's visit, and when I say we, I mean Britain. But it's just the most childish, pathetic thing I've ever seen. Let me just find it.
Are people still arguing that he should be arrested or something?
No, it's even cringier. It's way fucking cringier. I'll send you the link on Discord so you can. Oh shit.
Yeah, please do. There's also that whole
everyone gets to see Arch is your fucking thing. But yeah, so UK activists plan giant Trump baby balloon to protest his UK visit. I mean, like if you scroll down the thing, you'll see the actual picture of it inflated, and it's like, how will Trump ever recover from this?
That is beautiful.
It's just like, this is embarrassing for us, not Trump. You fucking morons. Just stop it.
The balloon is designed with the president's trademark blonde hair, but also depicts wearing a diaper, has very small hands, and stands nearly 20 feet high. Okay. Somebody paid for a 20 feet high inflatable balloon of a baby Trump.
Yeah, but it's just like, this just makes whoever did this look like they're deranged. Like Trump derangement syndrome. It's like, what are you doing? I don't like him. Yeah, okay. Like, I didn't like George Bush. I wouldn't have done this to George Bush, a giant inflatable chimpanzee. You know, fucking, this is just petty.
They wish to fly the balloon from Parliament Square outside the House of Commons. Wow, okay.
Yeah, fuck.
Is this really something you want, flying in the centre of fucking London?
Technically right. When is your Starship Troopers video coming out? In a while. I will be doing that, I promise. The thing is, like, there's been a lot going on in the past few days that I've got to pay attention to and, like, catalogue effectively. So I've been a bit busy with the whole UKIP stuff at the moment. But I will do it when I have free time. Who's reading more books now? Your PewDiePie? Christ, yeah, he's been doing really well, hasn't he? Have you seen that? Like, he's been doing his book club.
I haven't. What has he been doing?
Oh, just literally every, like, once a month or something, he'll do, like, a book club video. And he'll just talk about, like, I don't know, like 3 or 4 books that he's read that month. It's like, holy shit. He's really churning through them. It's really impressive.
What's he reading? Political stuff?
Yeah, well, he reviewed Jordan Peterson's 12 Rules for Life.
Really?
Yeah, and I think he did he do Animal Farm as well? Yeah, dude. He's spot on. It's just like, dude, this is awesome. I can't believe it.
Well, he's Swedish. I'm sure he'll fuck something up, but
he's doing great, man.
That is encouraging.
Don't forget to read the super chats from the last live stream. Good point. Although I don't know if I'm logged in on the right account, but I'll go through them in a minute. I want to get this figured out first before I do anything.
And again, if anybody's got reason to be a little bit miffed with the far right, it probably is PewDiePie. How many times have they gone after him now?
The far right or the far left? I mean, the media.
Far left, yes.
Yeah, the media, the far right don't really pay attention to him because he's not their guy. He read Nietzsche, did he? Fucking hell. You know about Article 13, right? Yeah, I've actually got a video on that coming tomorrow. Does everyone remember that Gerard Batten is an MEP? And it's going through the European Parliament. Do you guys realise that we've actually got direct access to relevant political power right now? Well, suddenly everyone's fucking quiet, aren't they? Like, what does this mean? Yeah, exactly. But basically, we will have something we can do. Sorry, Dev, I don't know why I haven't, like...
You shut Dev out again.
Sorry, man.
Poor Dev.
But yeah, we've actually got inside information, and there are people who are actually trying to do what we want them to do, and we should support them, I think. And that's basically what tomorrow's video is going to be about. I'll probably just call it what we can actually do about Article 13 and Article 11. And Article 11 is unbelievably important as well. Like, they're both just staggering bullshit. But yeah, like, there is actually a specific process that it's going through, and Gerard Batten emailed me to explain the process, and it's fucking... They want it to be done in secret, obviously, and what we need to do is stop it before it gets to the process. And next week is a voting thing, so that's what I'm going to do video tomorrow.
I wonder how the hell they even passed the preliminary screening, honestly.
Well,
kind of shit you really would think would be shut down immediately, but clearly not.
You know, obviously vested interests. And you've got to remember, the EU's fucking elitist, man. The natural consequence of this is that the establishment wins. So the big media companies are going to be like, yeah, of course we're in favour of doing it. Giving us money every time you link to something we do. Yes, you can give us money. Holy fuck, you know? They're going to be well in bed with it. And it's just a problem for people like me, basically. Like independents. The EU is the fucking worst, man. It's just tyranny incarnate, I swear to God. They can't stop themselves, they just don't know how to not be tyrannical. Get PewDiePie to join UKIP to make it truly racist. Dude, that's funny as fuck. And honestly, getting PewDiePie to join UKIP would be the fucking coup of the century, wouldn't it? Next time, PewDiePie, if you're listening, man, next time they piss you off, just join UKIP. It's 30 quid, just sign up and just say, I'm a member of UKIP now. Just literally every time someone gets fucking pissed off by a bunch of left-wingers attacking them, if everyone was just like, right, I'm just going to pay 30 quid and join UKIP, how fucking big is UKIP going to be? Why not? Just fuck them. UKIP is the protest vote. That's how I'm looking at this.
Can he even join, though? Does he have British citizenship now?
Yeah, I'm sure he will have. And, I mean, like, literally, we give it to people who have no money at all. He's a millionaire. Of course we're going to give him citizenship.
A Swedish person realizing how shit Sweden is and abandoning his country. I do like the story.
Oh, well, I don't know, man. I mean, it was Swedish people who made it shit. They're the ones who let it... Like, they wanted this to happen. It's not... They didn't get, like, defeated in battle or something. They were like, hey, here's the doors open. Just come in.
Yeah, but they are Swedish. I mean, you can't treat them like actual people.
Well, exactly. I mean, I guess we can keep them in Ireland or something.
I mean, in reality, Norway should just take over and protect the Swedes from themselves.
Honestly, I think Sweden probably... Or maybe the Danes, man. The Danes seem fucking woke.
Yeah, but Denmark's such a tiny little country, and it'll be... No, actually, no.
So
Denmark will be subsumed by... You shitting me? We're a bigger country than Britain.
Yeah, but population-wise, you've got 4 million people.
5?
Oh, sorry.
Don't be a racist.
5 million people.
Yep, that's it. We can
that's
fit
less than
all
the
of
population
the Swedes
of
in.
London.
We're just going to take all of the Swedes, we're going to scatter them out across our country and their own little swamps, and that'll be it. Everybody live happily. There'll be miles to the nearest Muslim. Everything will be fine.
But seriously though, I honestly, just everyone, when someone gets fucking pissed off with it, just join UKIP. Fuck these people. Just, I'm really tired of. They honestly think that you have no right to have your concerns voiced in a democracy. That's what they think. And this is the whole point behind delegitimization. And it's just like, you know what, get fucked, dude. My platform's big enough that I have a voice in democracy now. You know, and just stop trying to shut out fucking normal people. It really pisses me off.
Yeah, I will agree, though. You're going to have quite the journey in front of you, turning UKIP into a more acceptable party, definitely.
Yeah, I'm sure I will, and I'm fucking up for the challenge. Because, honestly, what else? I've got nothing better to do. No, I'm joking, I've got a Starship Troopers video to do. But
yes, I've been working on that for like 6 months.
Yeah. I haven't worked on it for a few months. Well, for a few weeks, probably. Because I've been doing other things, but no. The thing is, it's another one of those things. It's like, man, I just would love to do that video. You know, that video is going to be done with passion. Like I will enjoy crafting the video to make it an experience, but that'll take like fucking a month. You know, it's gonna take ages for me to actually do it properly. So I've been kind of putting it on the back burner.
You should read some more Heinlein, though, because he's a really good author.
Oh, yeah.
He's got some great books.
Yeah. Well, I will do. I mean, I've got these biographies of him as well.
And if you really want to... you should read The Moon is the Harsh Mistress, his love letter to communism. To be fair, it isn't quite that bad, but it definitely has some fairly, shall we say, socialist tendencies.
Yeah, and he became quite libertarian towards at the end of his life. I think he actually visited the Soviet Union.
Possibly?
No, I'm pretty sure he did.
I don't know. I don't know that much about Heinlein. I've read a fuck ton of his books because I love his writing.
Yeah. Let's Google it. Yeah, he visited the Soviet Union. Yeah, he did.
Ah.
Yeah. I think that put him off socialism.
Yeah. He did also... one book that you might want to have a look at, because it's a bit interesting, to put it like that, would be this one here. Take Back Your Government, a practical handbook for the private citizen who wants democracy to work.
Oh, wow. Yeah, well, I will definitely. See, this is why I haven't got it. I haven't done the video yet. Heinlein was a remarkably prolific figure.
It is an interesting one. I think it's a compilation of stuff he'd written before he died.
Right, yeah, that's really interesting. Yeah, I'll definitely read that. I'll definitely figure out how this is done.
Robert Heinlein's a great author. Who else is good I could recommend to the chat?
Sorry, chat. I will go through the soup chats in a minute, but I have to get this done, because otherwise I'll never get it done.
What was the... I'll try to entertain chat with book advice in the meantime. Starship Troopers is definitely something everybody should read. If you watch the movie, that's awesome. The movie is great, but you should read the book, because the movie and the book have basically nothing to do with one another. They're two completely different things. I think literally one of the only similarities is that the mobile infantry is in both of them. I mean, hell, the arachnids aren't even the primary enemy.
No, they're not. Well, I mean, they do become it towards the end of the book.
Yes, but it's like one or two
they're in a war with the skinnies at the time. You know?
Yeah. Which they fight with by nuclear weapons right inside their population centers. They're somewhat ruthless.
It's fucking amazing. People like, so in the books, if you don't know, they're called the mobile infantry because of their power armor, and it allows them a great deal of freedom of movement. And they're basically like, I mean, they're like assault marines from 40k, but as if assault marines from 40k just also carried tactical nukes. It's amazing.
Yes. Basically, imagine like a 1950s envisioning of the super soldier, like massively overblown, ridiculous weapons, all that kind of stuff, like jump packs. A space marine would be considered light infantry compared to these motherfuckers. I mean, they're wearing literal tanks.
Yes, yeah. The suit's on like 2 tons or something, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I'd compare the damn things to fucking Gundams, basically.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they've literally got tactical nuclear launchers on their suits, like a good weapon.
Yeah, it's a lot closer to Mech Warrior, actually.
Yeah, kind of.
It really is. Like miniature Mech Warrior suits is how they sound.
Yeah.
And
Again, like the main focus of Starship Troopers isn't the war at all. In fact, there's very little fighting. The main thing is following Rico as he goes through the mobile infantry, getting through his philosophy, his way to officers training, stuff like that.
Yeah. So someone's like, you should make the media think you went full Nazi. Do a UKIP video with German marshalling remix music in the background, like Erica Trapp remix. And the people of Britain whooped Germany twice. Well, I think I was tempted to do a Hell March one. Because they're freaking out about it. It's like, oh god, I could use the Hell March music to something. Like, the Tommy Robinson marches or something. Middle class, look what's coming for you. I mean, they would freak the fuck out. I'm just not cruel enough to do it.
You should, though. It'd be funny.
Seriously, if you put Hell March to the Tommy Robinson marches, the Free Tommy marches, that is literally their worst fucking nightmare. The working classes are coming for them. The reason that's a nightmare is the middle class can't fight. They just can't fight, and they know the working class will just beat the fuck out of them.
Yeah, that really is the problem. Whenever the political discourse comes to the point where you've got Nazis and communists fighting in the streets, you better get ready to learn how to goose step, because the Nazis are winning.
Probably, yeah.
I think, the Soviet Union managed a actual military revolution of sorts for communism, and the primary reason why they managed that was because all of the fighting men that eventually sided with the whites were off at the front getting their asses kicked by the Germans.
Yes, they were. Right. Can you test something for me, please?
I'll try.
Can you move into the symposium room?
Symposium.
Yes.
I can.
Okay. I'm just going to change your permissions, your role, and I want you to tell me if you can do it again afterwards. Try now, please.
Yeah, I can't now because I see it's locked.
Right, excellent. Okay, so that actually works. Glad to hear that. Okay, that's awesome. Thank you. Can you do me a favor and move over there, actually, because I'm going to delete this room.
Yep.
And yes, I have to move myself across because fucking new program that I don't understand. But yeah, sorry, I'm just going to fiddle around a bit. What were we talking about? Yeah, power armor. Oh yeah, Starship Troopers. Yeah, like when you're introduced to the humans, like it's not just the Human Federation doing nothing and just governing itself. It's already engaged in an interstellar war, and there's interstellar politics, although you don't really hear a lot about them.
Yeah, they're finding the skinnies, which are given a little bit too little information to really know, but basically, the mobile infantry just lay down the law immediately. I mean, there's no equivocation there. They literally just jump on their fucking capital and start threatening them with nuclear weapons. It's very obvious.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's interesting, isn't it? The skinnies are an advanced civilization. They've got great cities and stuff like that. The humans are just better at war.
Yeah, I mean, the skinnies are described as, well, it's not, peaceful. They've got a solid civilization, and the mobile infantry just decides to utilize their diplomatic prowess to basically tell them that you don't fuck with humanity.
To be fair, in their defense, it is a surprise attack, so, but it deliberately not to cause too much damage. So the thing is, they could just level the city.
I guess you could give them points for not nuking the whole city. I don't know if I'd call it a proportional response, but yeah, they don't blow all of it up.
Man, there is genuinely someone in the comments section said something that just made me think. There is generally a part of me that wants to actually change my name legally to Sargon of Akkad, just so when they call me Carl, I can say you're dead naming me.
That's my slave name.
Yeah, exactly. How dare you? How dare you not respect my identity?
Your identity as an Assyrian.
Yes, exactly. Just for anyone who's just joined, yeah, the title of the stream is satirical. Don't worry. Look up $25,000 in Discord, and you might find something interesting. Right. Okay. So. Okay. I need to change the roles again.
Somebody else people should also read is Isaac Asimov. I always recommend him. He's good. He's really great. Have you read iRobot?
No, I've seen the film though, which was actually quite enjoyable, to be honest.
Just like Starship Troopers, the film and the books have absolutely nothing to do with one another.
I was going to tell me about the book then.
The book are basically my argument for automation. It's basically a very long fuck you to people who think the robots will rise up and take over humanity. It's basically him explaining in great detail why it can't happen, because we're literally the people who design and program these things. They're really good, because every time they manage to screw with your subconscious in a way that makes you convinced that this time the robot's going to turn out to be evil. And it always finds some way to make the robot the hero. Oh, and Foundation. God, Foundation is awesome.
You know, I did read one Foundation novel, I think. And I did enjoy the scope of it, but I remember thinking, Christ, this is just a world so giant that does anything really matter in it?
I guess for me, Foundation was more focused on the main characters. I kind of had him as a microcosmos.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, but like, the scope of it was just like the size of everything, the sheer number. Like it was very much drilled into in it, as far as I recall. I mean, I read it when I was like 15 or something.
I mean, the Foundation is literally everything.
Yeah, I did enjoy it.
Caves of Steel also is very nice for those who don't want to get into like the full thing, I guess. It's a very nice little mini series, I guess. Not mini series. How do I put it? Caves of Steel is a very good introduction to Isaac Asimov's style, I find. He's written a bunch of books.
I haven't read very much Asimov, but to be honest with you, I was kind of always like, I mean, I did enjoy sci-fi. What did I like?
Have you read Dune?
Yeah, I've read Dune. I enjoyed Dune.
That's another good book. Bit hefty, but still.
Yeah, it's fucking colossal. like a fucking doorstop. And there were like 3 of them as well.
I think the Dune series is 3, but there's more.
Yeah, but the actual the specific Dune series was like 3 giant books. I only read the first one.
Were there 3 or were there 4? I can't remember now.
Sargon,
but I know that each one of them was massive.
Yeah. Sargon is the name of the tyrant in Heinlein's book, Citizen of the Galaxy. That's awesome.
I don't think I've read Citizen. I think I started on it, but I don't think I finished it for some reason.
Right, okay, let me I'm going to get this sorted.
Eventually. Patience, people. Yes.
Sorry, yeah, do talk to people about something. I'm reading. I can't talk about something else and read at the same time, I'm afraid.
It's too much.
Yeah. Just feel free to talk to the chat.
let's see. Another. Oh yes. Oh yeah. One of my actual favorite books, like ever,
Oh yeah.
by Neil Stephenson, called The Cryptonomicon.
And what's that about?
Um, it's. I want to say it's comedy because it is one of the funniest fucking books I have ever read. But it's like it's about cryptography. You know how you decipher and code messages. That is the thing about the book,
Hmm.
and yet it is genuinely one of the funniest books I've ever read. I
I've been reading what was it, Lessons of History by Will Durant, and he makes some really good points about ancient Athens actually, and just ancient Greece in general, where like democracies first started, because we're kind of coming to the point where literally no one can stand each other, and then it's fighting. And
we are, aren't we? That
yes,
sounds
we
fucking
really
hyperbolic,
are.
but we
No,
are.
we really fucking are. Like Maxine Waters being like, you know, was it going to harass them? Literally, she said the word harass in restaurants, and it's like, dude, that's too far, fucking far. And don't get me wrong, Milo's comment was as well. You know, I can't wait for vigilantes to gun down journalists. Pretty bad timing since the next couple of days someone did one. It's like, holy shit. You know, I think we are getting to the point where, like, things are pretty bad, man.
It's I think honestly, it's a lot of it has to do with the internet because the
Yeah, it
internet is a
does.
fascinating place.
It's an
One,
accelerant.
yeah, it gives you access to all of the information in the whole goddamn world if you want it. And
Yeah,
secondly, it delivers it to you in a way that your brain literally does not recognize the fact that there is a human that is giving you this information. Like, I'm not kidding. This is like scientific studies. When you're
yeah.
talking to somebody on Twitter, your brain does not recognize the fact that you're talking to a person, which is why it's so easy to call them an asshole. And far worse things.
Well, yeah. I mean, you don't see the reaction. You know, you don't see anything. It's just some guy who you just owned.
Yeah, it's even more than that. I mean, you literally, scientifically, your brain doesn't recognize that it's anything more than an icon. Like, it literally does not get it, which is why I honestly think that we need to start educating people on the internet. Like, basically explain to people this is why this happens. This is what you're doing. This is how your brain is reacting. You need to start thinking about this. Because the internet, it's such a huge goddamn thing, and there's clearly a lot of people that just cannot fucking handle it.
Yeah, yeah. There's no doubt. Absolutely no doubt. It's a real concern, actually, in my opinion.
It is. I mean, you hear about people literally getting hardcore depressed over this. People who should know better. I mean,
Yeah.
how many YouTubers haven't we read about and heard about that have literally just gotten hardcore depression from their own comment section, which is always like 90%
It
positive?
happens all the time where someone's, and it's like the normie YouTubers, you know, where they're like, I had to take a break from social media for 6 months because, you know, and it's like, yeah, I do kind of know, actually. The internet's a pretty fucking brutal place.
Yeah, it's really interesting. I
Yeah,
genuinely do believe that it's something we need to actually teach people.
yeah,
I
probably.
I wonder. I'm really fascinated in seeing how, if we get to live that long before the next nuclear fucking war, how long the next generation will handle the internet. Like, are they going to get more savage? Less? Who knows?
Well, I mean, honestly, I imagine they're going to become more pussied because, like, they're going to grow up on it. It's going to be part of their normal social interaction.
Yeah, but wouldn't you think that would desensitize them to it to a certain extent?
Well, I
I
mean,
don't
it
know.
might, but it also might create like codes of conduct and things like that, which I think is more likely. I mean, the SJWs probably are an expression of that.
Probably. Then again, to be entirely fucking fair, YouTube and just social media in general could use a couple rules of conduct.
Sure.
Not saying
I mean,
we need to outright ban no sensitive people, but some
yeah.
basic fucking civility would not be
Well,
too much to
I
ask for.
totally agree. I mean, you see, I mean, don't ring you. I'm not thinking of like the 4chan Spurgy types when I'm thinking of this, because, I mean, obviously they are as they are, but most of the time it's not anything that's really serious. But I tell you what, man,
Yeah.
I see such middle class like hatred towards Tommy Robinson supporters. There is, I mean, there is a page called Roasted Gammons, and it's just shitting on poor fat people, poor fat stupid people. And it's like fucking hell. That's it. Just seems really awful. Like I wouldn't fucking, I wouldn't run a page or follow a page that was just shitting on black people. You know. It was like just that's the pure goal of it. It's like just poor black people in America. Yeah, let's just shit on these people. Fuck them. They're fucking awful. It's like fuck, but that's what they do, and they think they're all just knuckle dragging, like primitives who are just beneath contempt. And it's such a discrediting way of approaching anyone.
I mean, I don't know, but I'm working on the assumption that a lot of people who do this are probably fairly young, because I remember myself when I was a kid. I had a much easier view of the world, let's say it so. If I was told something, odds were I'd just believe it. If you're brought up in certain environments, which there are plenty of, then I wouldn't be surprised if you would basically lean towards such groupings. I mean, it's getting ridiculously rare these days. I mean, look at our modern world. It has never been more peaceful, literally. I mean, we can talk about, how bad everything is, whine about the politics, the weather, the temperature changes, etc. But we've never had it better. We really haven't.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. I mean, this is literally the best it's been in all of history for the most people ever.
Literally, which is a ridiculous thing to think.
Yeah. On every fucking metric, the Enlightenment has won, hands down. It's been so fucking successful. It's been so fucking successful. People can actually sit there picking it apart to try and prove it wrong, and it's just like, but look at everything you have. Yeah, but it's not right. It's like, yeah, but if we act like it is, we end up being really productive. Like, but eventually you get to a logical contradiction. It's like, yeah, but we're never actually going to get there, are we? Because humans are fallible. Like,
yeah, we have literally come to the point where we are living in such an unprecedented golden age that the only upgrade is the utopia.
Basically, yeah. It's like, and it keeps getting better every day. So it's crazy. I mean,
it really is.
What do you think's going to happen when robots replace us all then?
Oh, I don't think much is going to change at all, really. I mean, the thing is, how many people enjoy working? I mean, really like it. Spring out of the bed in the morning, go like, yes, I'm going to go to fucking work. How many sewer workers are like, yes, I get to go down in the fucking sewers again?
Probably
I'm sure
not many.
Yeah, I'm sure there are some. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure there's some people who love their job. I mean, I fucking love mine. And again, I do YouTube.
I love my job as well. I'm feeling there's a sort of Gamergate vibe in the air again, where there's a lot of people are paying attention. Everyone's kind of on edge. So I'm having quite a good time. I quite enjoy that feeling in the air. It's like, ooh, stuff's happening. It's interesting to get up and get to the computer every day.
But interestingly enough, I find the vast majority of people who really enjoy their work are people who are doing something creative. There's very few factory workers who are particularly fond of standing by a machine stamping plates. But most people who make music or videos or anything like that, most of them love what they're doing, actors, etc.
Yeah.
The thing is, robots are perfectly suited to replace all of that fucking drudgery. I mean, being a bus driver, robots can do that. Being a baker, robots could do that. Instead, let's have the people that really want to be bakers. Okay, what you can do? You can bake actual cool shit, stuff that requires some artistic talent. You can invent new types of dishes. You can make beautiful cakes. Let the robot bake fucking bread.
Yeah.
And hell, I'm even 100% sure that once robots start taking over a majority of jobs, which they will eventually, but it'll be fairly slow, we will start putting far greater value on handmade goods. Like, we will come to a point where handmade bread, like made the good old-fashioned way, will literally be a huge selling force. Just the fact that it was made by a person instead of a robot. Hell, it
I
already kind of is.
Yeah, I was going to say, actually, I already feel that way. One of the things I absolutely loathe, because I've had to travel a lot recently, obviously I've had to try and find something local to bring home. And one of the problems of being in a globalized world is that there are exactly the same fucking shops a lot of the time. And it's just like, oh. So, yeah, I actually have been going out of my way to find something that was basically locally made.
Yeah. Now, granted, I do entirely understand a lot of people's fear that this particular revolution is happening too quickly. Because the thing with the Industrial Revolution, it took ages because nobody really knew what they were doing. Nobody had the means to communicate on a global scale, etc. It was very slow. Now, we have all of those things. I mean, we could literally industrialize the world much faster than we are now, and we're already doing it pretty goddamn quickly. And unfortunately, there are probably going to be a lot of people that will be left by the wayside. You know, the older generation that won't be able to adopt quickly enough, etc. It'll suck, but I don't think we can get away from it, because another thing is, our standard of living is increasing so fucking rapidly across the world that we literally have no choice but to produce more and more. I mean, think about this. When India finally becomes a prosperous country, which they're slowly but surely becoming,
Yeah.
can you imagine the demand for modern television, for modern cars, etc. in India?
Yeah, it's going to be staggering. Sorry, let me just address something. Gabriel Howard's posted this, so I just want to address it. Hey Sargon, your subreddit has a Discord already. We are willing to give you ownership of it. It has over 1,300 members. I really appreciate the offer, but I think that I'll be using this one for streaming, so I don't think I want a massive one, I'm afraid. But I'm glad you guys are, you have one and you're having a good time on it. I just, that's too much for me to take, sorry. I've got to take this slowly. I'm really sorry. I'm not trying to be rude or anything, but I would fuck that up somehow. So and I don't want this one getting nearly that big. You know what I mean? That'd be too much. Sorry. I wouldn't be able to deal with it. I am nearly done with this, by the way. But what I'll probably do is I'll give the link and then take people out of it, take people out of the Discord afterwards or something. Rather than keeping it, because I'll give a fresh link every time,
Just to clarify for people what you're doing, you're now not opening like a official Discord, so to say. You're opening one where you can have people call in, kinda.
Yeah. And yeah. I mean, it is an official Discord. Don't get me wrong. It's one that I own and I'll be responsible for.
Yeah, but it's not one that's going to be up and running all the time that people join, stay on to, etc.
Probably not. No.
Yes. Just so people don't get confused.
Yeah, probably not. But when I'm using it and when I'm live streaming or whatever, I'll send the link out so you can join. I mean, I don't know. I'll probably put roles or categories sort of thing of people who I recognize as regulars, and I'll make you a regular or something, so you can hang out there and know that you're not going to get removed.
Special.
Yeah, exactly. But know that you don't have to go through the process, basically. But anyone I don't, for some reason, and I don't know why I'd do that, by the way, it'll just be arbitrary. There's no particular rules. I'm unfortunately not going to have a constitution for my server. It's going to be a despotism of one, obviously. So sorry. But I'm a fair-minded chap, so I'm going to try and be fair. So yeah, right, okay.
Right, so now that Sargon has announced his plan to run his Discord server like a fascist dictatorship...
It actually is, yeah. It actually is. Right, okay. So, Arch, I'm just going to mess with your role a second.
Oh, goody.
So if you're literally just a Xenos, which you are now, I can't actually change the name of the just default one, which is really annoying. So I'd really like to call them just foreigners.
Non-citizens.
But yeah, so yeah, can you move into the waiting room one?
Yes, I can. Want me to?
Yes, please.
Right.
Okay. Right. Okay. I'm going to. How did I can't remember the. I can't remember the fucking settings I put on this one. Okay, so right. Okay. Yeah. So. Fuck did I do? Oh, yeah, it's open to everyone. That's fine. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry. I forgot that I moved out of the room.
I was wondering what you were doing up there.
So yeah, fuck me. Why do I do this? Why do I do these things? But yeah, so what else am I going on while I'm doing this?
Well, I was trying to figure out. I'm working on the next big lore series about the Siege of Vrax, and I'm commissioning artwork for that now. So, whilst you were dicking around, I was just reading through some of that. Now I have to come up with something else to talk about. What?
Dunno. You tell me.
Putting me on the spot here. I already talked about books for a while. I have to come up with something else, something relevant. Oh yes, because we haven't talked about this on stream yet. Warhammer for Children.
Good point. We haven't talked about this on stream yet. What do you think, Arch?
Right. For those who don't know, Warhammer 40k is a fairly grimdark universe. There's a bit of violence in there, a fair bit, in fact, and people are basically executed for being heretics and tortured in all manner of horrible ways. It's a pretty dark universe. And they recently announced a kid-friendly version for children of ages 8 or so, with Warhammer Adventures. The main characters of the book, the 40k version, if they actually existed in proper 40k, would all be executed out of hand for being criminals and or heretics.
Wasn't there a Xenos lover in there?
Yes.
Yes.
There's literally a Xenos lover whose mother traded in forbidden Xenos artifacts, so she's a cold trader. There's a tech heretic who's made artificial intelligence, which in 40k lore, basically it takes 0.2 nanoseconds for AI to figure out that humans are the problem and try to wipe us out. So him creating AI is a problem. And the third guy is an Imperial Guard deserter who's also a member of a criminal gang. So, yeah. Heroes to look up to here.
Well, it's being inclusive of the oppressed and downtrodden.
They are. I mean, they're pretty much all criminals, so, I mean, you can't be much more oppressed than that, I suppose.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm serious. Like, these are, but that's how they think. They think, right, okay, we'll tell these stories. So this is now the Empire is the Imperium is a fascist. I mean, it is fascist, but like, it's this is where we go. Right, it's oppressive. It's like, yeah, we know it's oppressive, but you have to, otherwise we'll die.
The thing is, for these Warhammer Kids books to work, it can't be oppressive. Like I said, all three of these characters would be just flat out executed in regular 40k. No questions. Just a bolt round to the back of the head.
Yeah, it wouldn't even. I mean,
and these three characters are supposed to be fighting the Necrons, which are immortal killer robots wielding weapons who literally flay you apart molecule by molecule.
We don't need no Imperium to protect us. We can protect ourselves.
Oh, definitely. Especially as one of the characters hates weapons in 40k. Another one fights with his fists against the metal robots. And the third person has a swarm of robotic flies to protect him. So I'm sure they will be fine. The entire idea behind this is just kind of ridiculous to me. I mean, I like the general idea of 40k for boys, young boys, basically, like ages 10, etc. Because that's when I started. I got into 40k then, and I got into 40k and Warhammer with way darker shit. I mean, I started collecting Chaos Dwarves, a book that described a ritual where people are sacrificed to a bull god by throwing them into vats of boiling copper. And so kidifying this, I just think won't work. And there goes Sargon. Oh, and
Sorry,
there is Sargon.
I pressed the wrong button. Can you move to the Pnyx a second, actually, please?
Move to where?
Pnyx.
The what?
If you look at it, it's the one below us. That's the way it's spelled.
I can't see anything below us.
Oh, really? That's interesting. I don't know why. I can't explain that. Hang on. If I drag you across,
There. Yes.
can you see it
Now I
now?
can see it.
Right. Okay. Okay, that's
I
interesting.
wonder if I go out of here after being in here.
Yeah, try. Could you not come back?
Yes, I couldn't even see it, so that's useful.
Right, that's interesting. I didn't mean to do that with this group, though. This was meant to be
A
a fairly
secret
light-
secreter.
Yeah, but it wasn't meant to be. Like- so yeah, this might take a while, everyone.
This might possibly. Sargon is doing his best.
Oh, right, hang on. Did
bully
I
him
not
for it.
restore your rolls? Oh, I didn't restore your rolls. That's why. Right. Okay. Sorry. Yes, I will restore your rolls, and then you should be able to.
Okay.
Right. Try now. I take it you couldn't.
Still can't see it. Seems you've stumbled across a way to make this very secret indeed.
Not really on purpose, though.
I do love the general conspiracy theories around our secret Skype group, though.
Oh yeah.
And I would like to feed them as much as humanly possible. So if somebody could message Jim or anybody else that doesn't like Sargon that is setting up a secret Discord, I'd be very grateful.
Right. Try going into the waiting room, then coming back, man.
Can see it.
Aha. Right, you can do it now. Right. Okay. I'm gonna unpermission you, and then tell me. Hang on a second. Right, go for it. You didn't come back, so I'm going to guess you couldn't.
Yes, I couldn't see it.
Good.
Well. Think of all the secret conversations we could have in here.
Yes, isn't that interesting? But the funny thing is, it's still the wrong fucking room. I'm going to have to fix that. Oh shit! But not by doing that.
Right, while Sargon is doing this, if we can find something else to talk about.
Yeah, I can send you an article if you want.
Oh,
I've got
yeah.
loads up. So
Please do. Otherwise, I'm going to have to start talking about school shootings, and we know what happens when that happens.
Jesus Christ, yeah. At least Louis isn't here to praise the fucking shooter again. That was the funniest thing I ever heard, though.
Ah, yes. Lucasfilm cancels all of its Star Wars spin-offs. That was a thing, wasn't it?
It was.
Soy Solo single-handedly murdered how many Star Wars movies? Like 3?
Yes.
And all because of The Last Jedi. Well, not all because, but...
Well, what does the article say? because it's got some information out. I assume.
The news was broken by sources with knowledge of the situation. Reported the spin-off film out Ewan McGregor's Obi-Wan Kenobi. Yeah, that was the Kenobi movie. That was dumped. And the Boba Fett movie was also dumped.
Oh, really?
Honestly, if anything would do well, you'd think Boba Fett would be a slam dunk.
Well, I mean, it would be an assumption, wouldn't it?
I mean, you'd also think that Han Solo would be a slam dunk, but, well, apparently fucking not. Now, funnily enough, there are still certain people on the internet. I shan't mention names, but if you look at my Twitter, I'm sure you'll see a couple digs at him, who have something very funny to say.
Go on.
He's of the opinion that all of the criticism, all of the people saying that the latest Star Wars movie was shit, has somehow made the Star Wars movie immune to criticism. How precisely this follows, I'm not entirely sure. But I think the fact that Star Wars just got cancelled on like 3 different movies might contradict that point. Just a tad bit, possibly. I mean, the fact that they cancelled Boba Fett. I mean, why? It's Boba Fett. He's awesome. Why would he do that of all things? If anything, he deserves a movie more than Han Solo does. Jesus.
Well, this is the thing. It's like, I mean, I never found Boba Fett a particularly interesting character, to be honest.
Really? He's cool though. He's a mercenary.
Yeah, exactly. It's pretty fucking one-dimensional.
I guess. I always liked him because he looked cool. He's a Mandalorian. When you look into his lore, he's a real badass. The fact that was it the second or third movie of the first ones, where he got eaten in like 2 seconds, that was a bit sad, but
yeah. But I don't know. I always just found him just relatively boring. I mean, he was a the Darth Maul style bad guy. To me.
Liked him. An Obi-Wan Kenobi movie, though, why Obi-Wan? I don't know. I mean, he was more in the movies.
He's actually a pretty good character.
Yeah, but I mean, we've got his story, haven't we?
Yeah, nice.
If anything, I'd be more interested in seeing, like, his childhood, I guess, under the tutelage of... Oh, what was his name? Obi-Wan's teacher.
I have no idea. I'm not that big a Star Wars fan.
I used to know this.
Nerd.
The dude in the first movie who made fun of Jar Jar Binks. That one.
Oh, Qui-Gon.
Qui-Gon. There you go. You're a bigger Star Wars nerd than me, apparently.
I didn't know who you were talking about, but yeah, I know who that is because I watched that film.
I'd prefer to see a movie about Qui-Gon because I mean I think, wasn't it in the first movie also when they described Obi-Wan as a bit of a troublemaker when he was a kid? Okay. Show us that. That'll be a bit interesting. Show us the glory days of the Republic. That'd be kind of cool. Hell, give us a movie about the goddamn Emperor, because he pulled off some serious political machinations.
Yeah, now that would be way more fucking interesting. So one of the things that they point out in the Plinkett reviews is that the Emperor is the only guy who seems to be having any fun. And it's like, there's a good point. A movie with the Emperor would basically be a massive fucking troll fest of the Emperor wrecking people and having a great time doing it.
And wouldn't it be so utterly goddamn deserved, though? I mean, look at what he pulled off. He basically got himself democratically, essentially, elected to supreme fucking power. Yeah. And he didn't even break any laws. Yeah. Even his clone army was sanctioned. Granted, in the, post, after the act, but still sanctioned.
Yeah. He did nothing illegal.
Yeah.
Like, why is the Emperor even the bad guy, really?
That would be such a better fucking story. Really would.
I'm obviously joking.
That's the thing, though. Now, I know Lucas has basically said that all of the expanded universe shit is dead, which is sad as shit, because that stuff was good, but in that, the Emperor kind of was the good guy. I mean, the reason why he built the Death Stars were to fight against these... very Deus Ex Machina ex-aliens that would pop out of nowhere and be like super bad guys.
Right, okay.
So, Not the most original of fucking plot evolutions, I admit, but still better than the rise of the Mary
Um,
Sue, in my opinion.
now the chat's full of Palpatine did nothing wrong. The rebels are the bad guys.
Hey, again, if you buy into the the expanded universe, the rebels did do everything wrong. They destroyed the only weapons against the fucking monsters. You know, they doomed the galaxy basically.
That is pretty
God
fucking
damn.
stupid. Holy
Pretty
fuck.
horrible. God, I love Palpatine though. I love him even more after they gave us that fucking half-assed Lord Snooker table. Lord Smeagol. God damn, was he the worst villain ever.
Oh, yeah, the guy who just got chopped in half.
Exactly, you only know him as the guy who died in the second movie.
Yeah, that was pathetic.
It was so terrible, and they tried to set him up as so... They had this in the first movie, the huge hologram of him being like, oh, look at me, I'm huge! And then he's just a frail old man with shitty fucking makeup and a hole in his face. Like, wow. And dies like nothing.
Yeah, and like he's built up to be you know, the way he's imposed is it's so cliched. You know, it's like, oh look, he's the villain. It's like, why? Because we're telling you, look at him. He's obvious. He looks like a villain. He sounds like a villain. He sits on a throne, a giant projection of himself, like a villain. He's just obviously the villain. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
but what
We
has he
haven't
done?
been told why he's the villain.
Yeah.
We've just been told, look at him. He's bad.
Yeah. Oh, he's really powerful. Yeah, but why? Why anything? What the fuck is he?
God, I wish they'd made him black. That'd be hilarious.
Jesus. Why?
Because that would be even better. He has to be the villain. Just look at him.
How could that be? No, I mean, do you not remember the guy's tweet? The Empire is a white supremacist organization, a human white supremacist organization. It's like, do the Empire not have non-humans working for them?
They do. I know. Well, Star Wars fluff has gotten so fucking messed up. I don't even know if they do anymore, but they used to.
Right, okay. It's probably all Nazis now, mate.
I mean, looking at the Death Star that isn't a Death Star, it's a Death fucking planet. I fucking hate that.
Oh, fucking, it was so lazy. Well, it can
was
blow
so
up a planet at a time. Well, this one can blow up 5 planets at a time. Fuck you. It's like, well,
Not just that.
fucking what?
In the previous movies, the Death Star were described as huge undertaking, massive,
Of course it
incredibly
fucking would
costly. You know, requiring a
Requires
massive
an
amount of
empire.
knowledge, research, personnel, and huge fucking sums of money. And here, a broken empire, the scattered remains of an empire, builds something 15 times the size.
Yeah, it's
Fucking what?
unfucking believable. It's like, where was this hiding? This must have taken decades to make.
And nobody noticed. Nobody
Yeah.
noticed how many billion tons of rock and metal being fucking shipped, ferried to and fro this place. Like, oh.
Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous.
Star Wars is just terrible. That's just it. Star Wars has turned into shit.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason they're cancelling a bunch of films. Star Wars is shit. Right, okay, I think I've nearly done this. So,
Holy shit.
yeah, I'm just checking.
There was also the brilliant quote. I think it was after the second movie. I don't remember who. One of the producers or directors who tweeted out that the film wasn't made for the fans, which is a beautiful thing to say.
Oh, yeah, imagine fucking saying that. We
Yeah,
actually didn't
okay.
make this for you, so shut your fucking mouths. Huh?
The fucking question then is, who the fuck did you make it for?
Yeah. Well, fuck you then. Like, why would I watch your fucking film?
I still haven't watched Solo. I have to, just because I've heard so many bad things about it
Oh,
now.
yeah, it's terrible. It's just fucking poor.
I watched the trailer for it before I watched Deadpool 2, which, by the way, I really enjoyed. That one fucking scene with Karl Marx was a bit out of fucking nowhere, but hey. Deadpool was 2 was really good. I like it.
Yeah,
I thought,
I heard people saying, well, it's because Cyclops, no, not Cyclops, Colossus is from the Soviet Union. It's like, how did the Soviet Union treat mutants?
yeah.
Pretty good, was it? They didn't obviously just kill them. You'd be a big fan of Karl Marx, I suppose.
Not to mention, even then, I mean, Karl Marx and the Soviet Union would not have agreed on a whole lot of things, to be honest.
No, not really.
There's a reason why, like,
Well,
Lenin's supposed follower was despised by Stalin, and Stalin eventually murdered him.
yeah. Yeah, wasn't the dictatorship of the proletariat Lenin's idea?
Yes, and Stalin was
Yeah.
everything but that.
Well, I mean, he just thought he personally embodied it.
Well, I guess if he thought that way.
Well, he must have done.
I think Stalin was he just realized this was a path to power. Like, everything I've read about Stalin has convinced me
Yeah.
that he was just a cold, calculating bastard. I don't think for a moment he bought into the
Yeah, but
revolution.
yeah, well, you say that, but he did actually write some of his own stuff.
Sorry, what was that you cut out?
So he did actually have some ideas. Because I remember I was reading I think it was the People's History of the Russian Revolution, and they were talking about how Stalin had innovations on Lenin's ideas, and people didn't like them, probably because they were psychotic.
That's what I mean, though. I mean,
I don't know if it was just about power. I think he just thought this was what would be best, even if it was terrible.
maybe I think it had to do a lot with power for Stalin. I mean, the way he built up his nation, for example, he was very clear that he was preparing for a war. Which I'm thinking, okay, he was preparing to protect himself. I think.
Sure, without a doubt. Yeah.
I don't know. Stalin strikes me as a very cold, calculating guy. I mean, oh, have you watched the movie The Death of Stalin? Was that called?
No, I haven't. But don't get me wrong, I agree with you. He's definitely a cold, calculating guy. But there's no doubt about it.
This is a movie that everybody should watch. The Death of Stalin. It is, I think it's actually Russian. It's a very kind of comedy-ish, satirical take on the events that happened after the death of Stalin. There's elements of, creative writing, shall we say, in there. Creative liberties, but the core of the story is something that actually happened, and it's done in such a way that it feels ridiculous, but knowing how his regime functioned, you can actually really believe that it would be as ridiculous as it is portrayed in that movie.
Hmm.
Of course, Stalin's followers absolutely fucking hated, which should tell you everything you need to know.
Yeah, I mean, like these things are so wildly different. It's such a repressive atmosphere that behavior that we would find preposterous is actually really normal.
Yeah. I mean, again, don't get me wrong. It is very much so a adopted from history type of movie. It takes liberties, but you can definitely believe it. And there are a fair bit of historical sources in there as well.
Yeah.
It's a pretty cool one.
Right. Okay. So,
Stalin, though. Kind of liked him. He was crazy.
sorry, I'm getting all of these fucking permissions correct before I fuck everything up.
A progress report on the 5-year plan, great leader. When will the Discord be operational?
Shut the fuck up. As true as that is, shut the fuck up.
Oh, God. Speaking of movies, what else should... Oh, yes, I need to plug this, because I try to plug it whenever I have access to people. Die Welle, German movie. Should be watched by everybody.
And what's that about exactly?
It's about... How do I put it? I've forgotten the name of the experiment. There was an experiment done in American college, I think, where a professor decided to see how much kind of fascist ideology he could indoctrinate into his students without them noticing.
Jesus.
And he created something called the Wave, which was
Oh no,
deeply...
yeah, I think it was a deliberate experiment. I didn't think it was without them knowing.
Yeah, it was a deliberate experiment, but the students were not meant to know that that was the point of it.
Oh right, yeah, no, I did read about the wave. It was very interesting. Although I remember reading somewhere that it might have been faked or something, but it doesn't sound like it had been faked. It sounded really convincing to me.
Yeah, from what I've heard, it was a thing.
Yeah.
It was called the Third Wave Experiment. Look it up
Yeah.
on Wikipedia. It's interesting because by the fifth day, that was when they called it off. The students were ready to like have a rally
Yeah.
where they were all wearing identical uniforms and stuff,
Yeah.
and espousing very clear fascist-inspired ideology. And they just called it off and went like, "This was an experiment. This went too far." And Die Welle basically does that in a more, audience-friendly fashion.
Yeah, it's
really
basically it's basic sort of cult behavior. This
Yeah.
is what every cult is basically built around.
And it's also the idea that if you constantly try to keep this information down, if you just go, the Nazis were evil, and you don't tell them why they're evil, then when people are confronted with fascist ideology, they might actually not see it as evil. Because a lot of fascist ideology at its base is nothing to object at. I'm going to get in trouble for this, but the ideas of, discipline. That's not a bad thing.
Jesus,
Taking control of your life.
Why are you promoting fascism on my stream?
I know. I'm sorry.
No, but seriously, the press is just going to go nuts. I just want to point out I don't support fascism at all. It's the polar opposite of what I want. And I was talking to Gary Edwards about this the other day. He was like, "Look, think about liberalism as more like just local, and fascism as elite. I mean, because that's the easiest way to distinguish them. And that's the easiest way for you to point out to other people. You want the complete opposite of what fascism is. I literally want decentralized power, and they want centralized power. So it's just not the same. But this is basically the nuance that they're going to cut out when they actually cut this up. But I know what you mean. Like what you're saying is discipline is not a bad thing, but it's just who's doing the disciplining. You should discipline yourself rather than have the state discipline you.
Yeah, I mean, there are elements of pretty much any ideology
Yeah.
that aren't bad. I mean, hell, even communism at its core. What is the basic idea of communism? That we're all equal. Okay, that sounds fantastic.
It sounds fantastic.
It's what it leads to that's the problem. And it's the same with fascism.
But even then, like making people equal, especially when you're coming from a materialist point of view. I mean, is that actually a good thing? I mean, I think making people free is a better thing.
Yeah.
And that's the core of liberalism. So, I guess that's why I'm not communist, I suppose, isn't it? But
The only reason.
yeah, well, there are lots of reasons, obviously.
But yeah, obviously my point is that there are parts of fascism that can sound really, really appealing. And if you don't get the bigger picture, and if you don't understand the history, you could easily fall for that temptation. I mean, that is the very reason why we have so much communism today. Because they don't understand the implications.
Yeah, that's true. I think that's true.
And especially if you do this to children. I mean, think about it. Like, we're talking, like, what, 16, 18-year-old kids? They're not the brightest bunch.
Well, it's not they're not bright. It's that they're not well educated. They don't know enough.
Same thing, I guess, but yeah.
Yeah.
If you want to indoctrinate somebody, you need to get to them while they're young. That's just the simple fact. And showing that in a school experiment really shows that, I mean, for me, the entire point was, if you don't tell somebody why something is bad and just tell them that it is bad, they're not going to have any idea why. And that's the key point.
Yes. Yes, that is
Right,
exactly.
so we've now established that Sargon does support fascism, at least in some form.
Literally not what I said, you son of a bitch.
Oh, God, I can't wait for you to finally start going, like, I'm going to run for office, and the media will just have... Oh, it'll be like a 2-hour news report. Mostly with me and V, but still, details.
Yeah, but the difference is going to be That I'm just going to be like, look, the fact that you're attacking me is the problem. I mean, you think I'm a fucking voting citizen, you piece of shit. You know, whether you want to have these conversations or not is not really your choice anymore. Don't you understand? You know, there are going to be no subjects that are off limits in future. We're going to have to talk about them, so you may as well just get on with it. Even uncomfortable subjects, you're gonna have to work out why you believe that what they're saying isn't true, and it's important to do that. Otherwise, people might think they have a point. This is why, like, MythCon, they were like, not MythCon, just like, who the fuck was it? There was some fucking thing where they're like, I'm not gonna get a flat earther up here and debate him. It's like, why the fuck not? Some of these flat earth videos have had millions and millions of views.
Flat earthers. Are we talking about flat earthers now?
Yeah, but it's no, talking about addressing the fact that the things that are going on whether you want to acknowledge them or not.
Sure.
And these things get bigger and bigger and bigger. So you may as well just address them when they're at their infancy.
See, I think he'll make a good politician, but I also think it'll be funny as hell to watch.
I don't really want to be a politician. I really mean that when I say that. I've never joined a political party before because I've literally had no fucking interest in joining a political party. Were you a member of these things? Nope. You know? Believe it or not, my record's fucking clean.
Well, I guess you could try remaining in the shadows as the puppeteer, quote unquote.
I don't really want to be a puppeteer either. I just want people to fucking listen. Like, stop fucking pretending that you... Stop pretending that there isn't a problem. That's what it is for me. I just want them to acknowledge the fucking problems and be like, right, okay, this has to change. What can we do to change it? That's all I want. You know, actually fix the fucking problem rather than pretend it doesn't exist. Or say that the people who think this is a problem are just terrible people. It's like, they are fucking suffering. Like, did you see the video going around today where a bunch of fucking, I guess EDL guys, but I don't know, like, you know, white working class British types, fucking rammed a truck into the front, just through the front of a Turkish takeaway, because the people apparently they were grooming gangs operating from there, and it's just like this shit's going really fucking far. I keep saying, like, there is something bad brewing in the north of England. It's going to be really fucking awful. So we should probably address their concerns, because then it won't. It'll stop. You know, it's just the reasonable thing to do is to go, okay, why are you doing this? Because we hate the Muslims. Okay, why do you hate the Muslims? Because they've got away with all this shit for the years. Right, okay. I mean, I think that's totally valid reason to be angry. You know, totally valid reason to say, look, I have a legitimate problem here. And it's like, okay, so let's talk about this. I don't want to just be a blanket bigot against Muslims. I don't think it's productive. I don't think it's moral. You know, I think that, but we do need other solutions. There are definitely problems that are being created. And so we need to be able to do something. So let's talk about it from a liberal perspective, where we actually give a shit about the rights of the individual Muslims. You know, let's actually do things that are within our framework of human rights to help the people who are suffering. I don't see why that's a problem.
Well, I think you're gonna have to become a politician if you want it to work. Because, I mean, look at the modern discourse now. Like you said, nothing's being done to stop any of this. And the simple fact is, if nothing gets done eventually, people will start getting things done by themselves.
Mm-hmm. They are.
I think in Britain at least it's past the tipping point. In some countries you can start seeing reaction, like the fact that Merkel is now arguing for stricter border policies than alternative for Deutschland.
Yeah.
I mean, that's ridiculous, but in England you haven't seen much of that yet. I mean, because mostly in England, the discourse of this nature, the extreme discourse, has all revolved around Brexit rather than this problem.
Mm-hmm.
And Brexit is going to take... Well, you remember when they said this would take 3 years fucking tops? I don't think that timeline is going to hold.
No, that timeline's done. It's like May has turned it into a complete clusterfuck. She's so weak and has given so much ground. Everyone knows that she's not in control of anything that's going on, and the EU are just taking her for a fucking ride. I mean, the EU is in such a weak position. I just can't fucking understand why Theresa May is acting like they're about to destroy us. I mean, look, what's going on in the EU right now, right? You've got a far right, well, I say far right, but okay, a populist, a nationalist, like Central European coalition, an Eastern European coalition going on. You've got the Five-Star movement that's just taken Italy. Greece is about... I mean, what's happening with Greece leaving the euro? Like, a few months back, they were literally just getting to the very end of it. And then you've got, like, Brexit happening. So it's, like, severe internal resistance. Britain is leaving. They're about to have a massive deficit in their finances. People are pissed off, man. And then they come out with, like, Article 13. What are we going to do? We're going to be more restrictive. I mean, if that passes, when it starts impacting people's lives, people are going to be pissed. And it's going to impact their lives. So it's just like... The EU's in a weak position, in my opinion. A fucking weak position. The EU is a house of cards. And if I were May, I would literally just walk in tomorrow and say, right, okay, I'm basically going to hold you hostage to us flipping the table. That's basically what I'm going to do. So just get used to it. You know, and we can negotiate reasonably, but you're going to give these things and you're not going to say anything about it. And we're going to, in return, we're going to give you these things because we think that's a reasonable trade. And if you literally don't accept that, then it's off. I would be completely trumping it. And then okay, let's talk about this. Let's talk about that. You know. But I would definitely let them know that the nuclear option was on the table. Arch, did I kill you? I guess I did. Jesus. I put the push to talk on. Oh, okay. I'm a fucking moron. Hang on a second. Oh, I'm such a spaz. I didn't think I put push to... What? No, I haven't.
Am I allowed to speak now, great leader?
Yes, I believe so. Sorry. My apologies. I'm an idiot.
I was wondering for a moment, like, am I being muted like V?
No, I'm so sorry.
I think you're right, though. The series has really made an absolute dog's dinner of this entire fucking thing, and the EU knows it.
Yeah.
If nothing else, the EU are good at politicking. It's literally the only thing they do. You cannot go to these people with a weak hand.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, I think I've got it set up, so we're going to test it by inviting some people.
Holy hell!
Yeah, I know, right? Let's see how this goes. So I'm gonna post it in the chat. So enjoy.
Prepare for the flood.
Yeah, you have admin powers, I believe, Arch. So if I fuck something up, do feel free to correct it.
Well, there we go.
Yes.
Right, so for the 500,000 people that just joined,
It's quite a few.
I don't think Sargonos actually opened any channels for you to join yet, so
Nope.
I think that's the first thing we should do.
Hang on. Well, they can they not type in general?
They can, but I thought you wanted to, like, drag a person into the symposium, or?
Good point. Okay.
There we go. Right, while you're having fun with that,
Uh-huh.
I'll just go get a drink.
Right, so can people type in general or not? Fucking hell. assume no one can type in general since no one's typing in general. I thought general was a text channel. Okay, I will create a text channel.
Alright. Did you wander off to make tea?
No, I'm still here. I'll just setting something up.
I have a sneaking suspicion you might have... It's a lot of blacked out mics there in the Agora. Wondering why.
I have no idea. Oh no, it's because I'm not letting them talk. That's why.
I'm not letting them speak.
Well, I mean that's literally the reason.
These streams really will be a goldmine when you become a politician. Saga of a Cad, 29th of June, 2018. I'm not letting them speak.
Basically, I mean, they're gonna use the way I run this like an example of what my rulership will be, and so when I turn into an Il Duce himself, right? Aha! People can talk in the Agora channel. Right, that's good. Good to know.
Right, let's mute.
Haha! I went to the wrong channel. Sorry, saying him. Let's mute everyone.
I just muted Athens because I got like nothing but notification noises.
Right, okay, yeah, I've got everything muted as well because I bet that was crazy. There's a lot of fucking people who just joined. What the fuck's going on?
Right, so how are you gonna pick then, Great Leader?
I have no fucking idea.
Think of it as picking people for the execution squad. You know, make it fun.
Oh my god, how do I arrange this shit? Can I on the Who's Here bot? Can I not like arrange it by type? Like by
Any
rank?
miny mo? Who's getting gulagged today?
Like, can I not put the roles at the top?
There should be some kind of under the show online section, but it's not actually showing anyone, so...
Strange. Okay.
Ah, I just realized something.
What's that? You can do things.
Now that they can see us, they can also direct message us. As my Discord just got fucking buried.
Sorry.
Unintended consequences.
Okay. How to organize the online side. Wow, that's barely need to type anything for that to pop up as an auto question. Right, okay. That's how. There are things about Discord I do like, actually, I've got to say. Right, there we go.
What did we just go?
Well, I mean, I think it's in working order. Don't fucking at me though, because I'm literally not going to answer any of these messages. So I'm sorry. It's like there are loads all of a sudden, and I'm not going to use this for messaging. I don't, at least not at the moment.
I've long since lost sight of my usual Discord bar. Let's just say.
Yeah, exactly. Basically, it's
Uh, Kick V. Physically not possible, I'm afraid.
how do I get it to stay at the most recent message? What the fuck is that?
One thing you might want to do. Can I do that? Let's see. Where did Athens go? Athens. God damn it.
Yeah, you do what needs to be done, mate.
Randomly ban people. I haven't done a lot of Discord work myself either. We should get Dev in here, but he's not here. Lazy little Dev. Dev, you're ruining things.
Yeah, Dev, what are you doing this to us for?
I mean, Dev. I think there's a way to ban the at everyone at least, because currently people are having a lot of fun with that.
Yeah, we can do that. Okay, there we go. I mean, I don't care if people put shit in the fucking, like, just talk or whatever and just use it like the YouTube chat. I don't care if people use it for that.
Yeah, but the at everyone sends a notification to everybody as well.
Yeah, I've just taken that off. Just taken off. Server needs some notes. Don't I have the notes? I have no idea. What the fuck was I doing?
Well, that was quite a lot of people all of a sudden. I think your idea of randomly inviting a person into the call might.
Well, I might not make it random, but at least now I have the option of doing it.
I think you're a bit too popular for this.
That's not true. I think I can do this. I might have to make it a Patreon thing though, or something like that. I haven't got any tiers on my Patreon. Everyone's always like, you should put something on there. So yeah, okay. I don't know. If I want to stop the beeping, I'm not hearing any beeping. I will do that though if everyone else is hearing beeping. Holy fuck.
Yeah, I've long since muted pretty much everything that has to do with Discord, so I'm fine. I'm not hearing anything either. Right. I don't think I have full mod pass because I can't ban the terms as far as I can see. Am I missing something?
You can't ban who, sorry?
The terms, the at, because the at everyone's still there.
Oh, right, okay. How do I mute the channel? How do I mute a channel?
Just left click on it and mute.
Left click on it? Are you sure?
Yeah, the server mute. I don't think you can mute individual channels.
Oh, right, okay. Well, I
Not from notification, as far as I know. And again, I don't know that much about Discord.
Right click the channel icon in the sidebar. Yeah, good point. You did just tell me how to, and I failed to read it. All right, server mute. Oh, click notification settings.
Okay.
Right, click everyone on yeah.
There.
Disable.
I think I've removed the ability to at everyone.
Right.
Think. Somebody try to at everyone. Yeah, I think I squashed. No. God damn it.
I don't know. I think I just muted loads of notifications though, so that's good. Yeah, yeah, I'm getting no notifications. Yeah, I can't have like millions of notifications. Shit, this is actually a really good idea for Patreon live streams.
Ooh, maybe.
So I'm so fucking shit when it comes to Patreon, man. I am just the fucking worst, and I would like to get better. For the people who fucking already donate to me, you know what I mean? It's like they already give me money, and I literally just make videos, and it's like I really feel like I should do something. We burned down the Agora. Yeah, basically. Okay, so okay, I'm gonna sort something out.
Well, if nothing else, this is a fun little train wreck.
That's not a train wreck.
Oh, good. Here come the Pornhub links.
Yeah, don't put Pornhub links to that chat.
This might have been poorly planned out, but funny nonetheless.
Yes. Right, I haven't logged into Patreon for a while. And it's come up with a survey. How have you found Patreon service? And I have to say, it's been pretty good, actually. The fact that, for me, they've never done me any wrong, and it's like, I can't say they're bad. I wish I hadn't started this fucking survey now. Fuck off.
Did you get the erroneous transfer a couple months ago, where you got more than you were supposed to?
Oh, I didn't check, actually.
That was a bit annoying, because that means I got nothing for another month, and then nothing basically for another month again, because they sent me, I think, almost 3 times as much as I was supposed to get in 1 month, which is...
Oh, no,
I
Jesus,
didn't lose
no.
any money, but I was kind of annoyed by the lack of stability in it.
Yeah, no, I didn't get that.
Ban links, Art. I'm trying, but I don't think I actually have...
You should have the power, I don't know.
It's... I don't know, but I can't bring up the usual stuff. Or it might just be clicking the wrong things. That's also entirely possible.
Okay, well, I'll just make you an administrator. Can you do it now?
Right, okay. Well, now I can see permissions. Alright. Right. Embed links off.
Sorry, I'm just fucking sorting this out.
For the moment, if I do this... Nope. I have no idea what I'm doing.
What are you trying to do?
I was trying to turn off
To turn off what?
chat, but nope.
Chat for what? Sorry.
The Agora. But
Right.
I do not know what I'm doing.
I like the fact I can rearrange things easily.
We should have tested this out a bit more. Possibly.
Yeah, maybe.
It's entirely possible.
Well, I mean, what's the problem exactly? Like, I'm gonna grab someone. I don't know who. And let's hope they've got a microphone. Is there anyone I recognise?
This is a little bit like Lotto.
Kind of, I guess, yeah. Oh, fucking no. Alright, you'll have to join the next one. Abe, are you here?
There. Did you find somebody with a microphone?
Apparently not.
Apparently not.
I guess I'll just go for the next person in line.
Actually, he's server muted.
Oh, is he? Oh. Okay, I should probably unmute them then. Hang on.
I unserver muted them, but still nothing.
I can do it, it's alright.
Oh, look. There's Devo, the traitor.
Dev, you traitor. Where have you been?
Dev, you traitor.
Hello.
Hello.
Fix it, Dev. You caused this.
What did I do?
No, I can do this. Watch. I bet you can speak now.
Who's Dev can
you may,
speak?
you may want to disable the everyone command
I thought I have.
because I'm getting pinged like crazy right now.
So-
Yeah. I thought I'd disable that one too, but
Yeah,
turns
okay.
out we don't know how to run Discord.
So is this the shit show stream where Discord gets up and running and then falls apart?
Yes, basically.
Here.
Okay, here we go. Right, I think I've done the mention everyone.
I'm the same rank as you guys. I'll see what I can do. Give me a second.
Oh, hang on, no. Right, okay. Can you mention
Please?
everyone now? Can you still mention everyone? Fuck, what the hell's going on? Dev, fix this for me.
Okay, what do we? Okay, let me just take a look here. Okay, give me a second.
At least there's a lot of quality pornography being posted in the Agora.
Yeah, there's some decent stuff in there.
Really is.
Okay. Roles. Let's see.
Okay, well they should be able to speak.
I think it is to do with their rank. Create another rank called just guest that has speaking privileges, because I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
they're everyone.
Okay, they should have speaking privileges now. What? Can I help you, Dev? Is something funny?
I'm looking at the chat.
Oh, they
and just
don't.
the constant spam of. You should put this on the screen.
Right, okay, hang on. Okay, Abe, are you there? I guess not. Although, oh, he's muted now, okay.
And now he's unmuted. No, I think he's just trying to get his microphone to work.
Now we've got someone with a broken mic. I'm quite enjoying the feminazi frequency meme, actually.
There's also some pregnant dragon hentai of all things. That's random, but recognizable.
Yes. I think I might create another text channel. And restrict it.
What have we done? No, what has Devo done?
What have I done?
You should have been here, Devo, to avoid
Right,
this.
okay, I will get someone else and we will imbue them with the power to speak and see if they can speak. Destral, you there? I guess you're not there. Abe, you've unmuted yourself, which is a good start, but like...
Okay, well, the pinging stopped. That's good.
Okay, that is good.
This is beautiful. Right, okay, let me actually try something,
Hang on,
right?
Oh, wait, no, okay. I think I... try now.
Let's see.
Oh, dear. Okay, I mean, like, Destral, you guys should be able to speak.
Wonder if they're just trolling you, and they're all in on it.
That would be amazing.
Entirely likely. Right. Let's try the experiment.
Hey, wait, just demote me. I'll just do it myself, maybe,
Yeah, okay. I'll happily demote you.
and see if I can talk in here. Yeah, I can, you can still hear me, right?
Yeah, I can still hear.
Yes.
Although it would have been way funnier if we just kept quiet there.
Okay, here I'll leave. I'll go into the Agora, and then you guys can pull me in and see if you can still hear me.
Wait, even... Oh, shit. No, I've got to try and find him in there. What was his name again? Was it just Dev?
No.
It was
Is
something else, wasn't it? It was Short Fat Attack. Fuck's sake, Dev.
God damn it, Dev, you've messed up.
Yeah, I'm never going to find this. Even though it's enough, but there we are. Right. Oh, I can't move you in there. I need to give you a roll.
Oh, I heard a noise.
Ah, hello. Did someone make a noise? How is it that so many people don't have headphones?
What's up, dudes?
Yo, how's it going?
It's all right. It's all right. I randomly got I just got thrown in here randomly. I have no idea how I got in here. I swear to God.
Yeah, I dragged you in.
Oh, cool. That's a happy accident. What's up, guys?
Not much. Just testing this to see how it works. Basically.
Have you ever? I mean, have you ever used Discord before?
Yeah, I've used it, but I've never like managed one. I've always just like people like click on this.
Hello.
I've gone there. Right, yeah, you're back.
Found Dev again.
What's up, dude?
Right, let me see. Does this work? Kyle, speak.
What's up?
All right. So yeah, we can drag people in from the Agora and have them speak here. Happy news.
That is good news. That is good news. Right, okay.
And they don't need to be the Metic rank, do they? It works for everyone.
No, I in fact, I'm pretty sure if I take the rolls off them, I did put them on for a couple of them, but I think I can take them off, and you should still be able to. Chaps, can you try talking?
Say something, Kyle.
Ah, what's up?
Yeah,
Okay,
you
yeah.
guys can.
He can still talk even with the Metic
Yeah, without
on
music.
and off, so
Yeah.
it should be fine.
Okay, that's great.
Thank you, Kyle. Thank you for being guinea pig. Good boy.
Yes,
Was that the only reason you stole me away from what I was doing?
I'm afraid so.
Kinda.
Oh
Yes.
my god, you're serious? Alright, well.
You have performed valuable service for the 5-year plan.
Alright, you guys have fun with whatever it is you're doing.
Thanks, man. We will. Oh dear. Sorry for this thing, chat. I'm really sorry. This is not a good stream. I just needed to test stuff, so this is not like an interesting thing. But I will go through the
Wow.
super chats. So.
I'd say it probably is interesting.
Well, I mean, it depends on what you're interested.
Yeah, this looks like a lot more complicated than it should be.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's bizarre.
Yeah, Discord's a little bit funky. I mean, I just shit talking it with my friends, you know.
Yeah, it's actually not that. It's just detailed. That's the only thing. And if you don't know what the details that you need are, then you've got a problem. But Will Madge, lol, best stream ever, guys. Can't wait for the next one. 3,000 people listen to Sargon trying to assemble a shelf. Hang on, I need to go get another cup of tea before I go through these. But I will mute myself, but I'll be back shortly. Please don't do anything too dramatic in my absence.
Right, while that's happening, I'm going to respond to some of the 7 million messages I got. Here's one productive. Love the new RP. Bully Kyle Moore. Can do.
So I have a feeling that Agora is just the shitpost channel now.
Yeah, it seems that way.
I don't know what the Agora is. It's become its own entity.
I'm getting a few PMs. Oh gosh.
A few. Uh,
Actually, a few people in my Discord server are chastising me for not properly setting Sargon's Discord server up.
yeah, no, I agree. This was your job, Dev. This was your one job.
Was it?
Yes. The fact that nobody told you this was your one job is immaterial. Oh, I see the everyone is still alive. Good, good.
I think they're still doing it, but it's not actually pinging anybody.
Okay. I do love this chat. It's amusing, if nothing else.
There's one guy who PM'd me. I'm too lazy to pay for a super chat. Pass this on.
Please stop making porn of Zabvika the Wolf. Russia is begging you, from the Russian embassy tweet. That is beautiful. Silly Russians. Can't make a furry mascot and not expect some pornography.
Yeah.
We've got some Shadman in the chat. That's wonderful. That's not going to get us fucking banned off the internet.
What's the symposium room?
That's Sargon's fancy-ass Greek way of saying the place where us, the secret people, have our secret chats.
Ooh, is it secret?
Yes, it's the secret room where we do our conspiracies, just like we do on Skype.
Okay, let's go there right now. Okay, we're back. I do want to say straight up now that we're back in the main chat that Sargon knew.
Yes. Oh, look, a big-titted dragon. At least the chat has good taste in pornography.
Yeah. So should we? I assume we're going to leave organization to Sargon. We're not going to start making channels or anything.
You sure that's a good idea?
Okay, hold on here. I'll make one right now. Just hold on a second. Let me just.
Well, I'm going to pop off in another like 10 minutes and leave this all to you, Deb. So have fun, because I need to go to sleep at some point before morning arrives. It's already technically tomorrow.
Hold on a second here. Okay, I made a channel, guys. Everyone
Beast
start
porn
posting it.
stash. Ah, that'll be furry art, preferably then.
Oh, wait, I'm gonna have to change the
Beast porn stash.
No, it's I'm sorry, Sargon. Don't kick me out of D&D. If you're listening this back later.
As long as you don't mention it to him when he comes back from his tea, all be fine. He'll be safe. This was worthwhile.
Yes, I agree. Are you looking in there now? Which one are you looking at?
We have Quetzalcoatl, the big-titted dragon maid now. There's some furries starting to appear.
There's more porn in the Agora than in the porn stash.
Yeah, that's kind of sad. You guys need to fix yourself there. In fact, the Agora almost went silent for a moment there. I mean, now that we've provided you an outlet for your porn spamming needs, might as well use the correct channel, I mean.
Pretty much every Discord that I'm in has a porn channel, including my own. Mine has like 4 porn channels.
4 porn channels,
Yep, you got 2D, you got 3D, you got traps, and then you got non-porn, but still cute girls that you want to fap to.
Inferior 3D pornography. I don't know. That's for special interest people.
My Discord provides for all tastes.
Very liberal.
People are posting Pornhub links now. Hold on. You have to actually make the channel not safe for work, or else Discord will kick you out. Here, I just did it. Oh, enable image upload. Okay, hold on. I'll do that. Give me a second.
I'm not entirely sure Discord nuking this channel would be the worst thing ever. Just saying. It might be for the better. There's a 2D waifu of the Tesla mini car. Of course there is. Why wouldn't there be?
Here come the images. There's some weird porn in here. Looks like some Shadman porn.
Ah, Shadman. Also known as How to Be Banned Off the Internet 101.
Mm-hmm.
BMW waifu, of course. Car waifus. I mean, I've heard of stupidest things, I guess.
I want to see, I don't know, some of that weird shit that you see occasionally on Cow, of like V. Of those fucking weird pictures of V that they Photoshop. I want to see people start posting that. That'd be pretty funny.
At least innovative.
Both chats are actually now a little bit slower since they've divided them between two.
They've divided between two different porn spammy chats.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's progress, Dev. Job well done.
So we should, I don't know, just fill the server with a bunch of like useless channels full of garbage and just leave.
Basically, yes. It'll fulfill the objective of reducing the spam in the Agora.
I mean, any Discord server that is a fan server or an official server of like a large YouTuber, the main channel is always this spammy. Like I've been in Dankula's and it's always a fucking trash fire.
Remember, this is what Sargon got off just a off the hand stream. Come back here in like 2 weeks and it's going to be really nice, I bet you.
Probably.
Ah, the gay pornography has finally started showing up. I was getting worried there. It wouldn't be truly diverse with a little bit of representation. Surprising lack of furry and scaly porn, though. I'm kind of disappointed.
I don't know. I see some My Little Pony right there and some Sonic right here.
Well, some MLP. That's basic bitch shit. Unless we're seeing images of Bowser fucking Princess Peach with a truck-sized dildo, I don't know.
So basically, low ping's Twitter. People are PMing me asking what's going on. We're at this point we're just waiting for Sargon to come back from tea.
Yeah, I just got back. I'm not really doing anything. I'm just going to read the super chats now. So yeah, don't send any more, please. This is quite late and I need to go to bed. So,
there's a chocobo fucking a Pikachu in one of your chats at the moment.
Okay, it's interesting. Have I seen pterodactyl porn? No, I can't say that I have.
I have. That's actually a meme, the pterodactyl porn.
I've never heard of it.
I just found one of V's favorite fetish, War, with Sargon having eaten V.
I've seen that a few times.
Okay, fine, you got me to pay. Why is there no D&D? Honestly, because I was working on the video. It's the UKIP video, and I've got one tomorrow as well. It's quite important. How we can deal with Article 13.
It fault.
Lol, best stream ever, guys. Send me the shelf. Yeah, I read that one. Listening to the latest police testimony regarding police corruption of child services. The Marc Dutroux trial in Belgium of 1989 brought up how Britain should regard child cases. Your thoughts? I'm afraid I'm not well informed on that. Anyone know anything about that?
Unfortunately, no.
Yeah, I'll take this answer as a no. Sorry, man, I don't have any particular information about this. Although, if given by the Huffington Post thing we saw today, it looks like child protective services tend to attract people who are interested in being around children. Not that I'm saying they're all like that, obviously, but it's something we're seeing, isn't it? Scotty Bo, hey from Scotland, Sargon. Hey, man. If you need help setting up your Discord, I wouldn't mind helping. Actually, Discordia messaged me a minute ago. Hi Discord, yeah, I probably will need your help. She fixes everything for me, but she's amazing. So that's because she can, and I'm useless. But thanks for the offer, man. Appreciate that. Did you see the Kipper Central hit piece from Elliot Lake on Sullivan joining UKIP? After what did? No, I didn't see that. I thought I've seen nothing but positive things from Kipper Central, which is like a UKIP partisan website, basically. I'll have a look. Oh, Jesus Christ! It's amazing.
What's going on?
I can't even read out. Opinion. Sargon of Akkad is an existential threat to UKIP. Holy shit. I can't believe how powerful they think I am. Oh my god. Recent public statements from Sargon of Akkad says a selection of clips. I think it should not be exceptionally clear that he joins with infiltration and subversion in mind. Don't you agree with everything I fucking say, though? I mean, if I'm saying in a public live stream, oh yes, I'm going to infiltrate UKIP. I mean, am I being necessarily serious?
Wow. Can they afford to take that chance? Maybe they should just gas the Sargon right away.
Social Blade data shows that he has lost around 45% of his overall viewership since April 2017. That's just the overall numbers are down. But if you think about it, it was around the the run up to the presidency. Like, my videos were being shared by, like, who's it? Fucking Roseanne Barr was sharing my videos. Like all my anti-Hillary stuff and stuff like that. Like, everyone's views, if you look at that period, like, everyone talking about the election, man, their views are fucking storming. So it's just,
because it was the election.
Exactly, you know. It's fucking staggering. He thinks my Patreon's visibly declined because he doesn't know about Maker support. He thinks I'm making more money on Patreon and Maker support now than I ever have. But he thinks that that's gone down, which is interesting. This leads me to conclude, in my considered opinion, I think Mr. Benjamin desires to buttress his online presence with a real-life activism to sustain his income, rather than join us to help this nation be once great again.
So you paid UKIP £30 to increase your own income. I see. Very sneaky, Sargon.
Yeah,
I hadn't seen that one coming.
I can't imagine UKIP are going to give me any money. Because I don't think... I mean, UKIP are in no position to give anyone money. This is something that people have got to fucking really understand. Like, UKIP... Jared Batson saved the party by raising £300,000 from the members of the party. Like, through crowdfunding. You know, they haven't got... And that's... £300,000 is fuck all. When you're a national political party. I mean, the Tories and Labour they've got millionaire donors, you know?
Yeah.
And so it's just like... Man... If I was going to try and make money out of a political party, I would have gone for the Conservatives. That's what I would have done. I would have been like, I'm joining the Conservative Party. And I probably could have found a Brexiteer to give me loads of money. You know. I like the fucking idea that I would join UKIP to make money and gain an audience is pretty hilarious to me.
Aren't you bigger than UKIP?
Well, yeah, they've got 20,000 members.
Oh, there you go. I'm bigger than UKIP.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Like, the second channel is bigger than UKIP. You know what I mean? It's like UKIP is not a major. It's not like massively powerful. I don't see what I can gain from UKIP other than political access, and it's political access for the ideas that I've been very public about. It's not like I have an ulterior motive. Like, I'm telling you, I want us to be a party of, like, free speech and, you know, general common sense, liberal values, individualism. I'm very, very fucking open about what I want. I can't. I'm actually. This is great. Existential threats. But even then, even if that was all true, how does that make me? Oh my god! They think I make no money. This is pretty amazing. I don't. I'm yeah. I'm sorry, but that's none of this is true, my friend. What you've put in your article, it's just not correct. But however, I think it is vital that we remove Mr. Benjamin as soon as possible. It's clear that the mainstream media are aware of this and wish to make public in the immediate future. Guardian, Daily Beast, Newsweek. It's my contention that these articles are a prelude to a significant media attack, which we will suffer if Mr. Benjamin remains in the party. Dude, you are aware that everyone just thinks you're the racist party. Right?
I don't think UKIP can be attacked more.
Yeah, like, what? Just UKIP just get it from everyone all the time. It's, oh my god, man! Like, what do you think you're protecting? Like, what elections is UKIP about to win? The reason we're joining is so we can increase the party's reach. Actually advocate for something for you. Like, I don't want anything from UKIP other than for them to do what they promised to do. That's literally all I want from UKIP. That's madness. I'm keeping this link though. I'm going to archive this. This has been my favourite one so far. Not even the SJWs think that I'm an existential threat to UKIP. They're actually afraid I might manage to make the party do something. Seriously, Paul Mason's article just reeks of fear. He's just, like, the way he was just like, shit. You know, they've actually got something behind them now. It's like, yeah, how's it going, Paul? Guess who makes videos for a living and talks to people? That's right, me. And Paul Joseph Watson and Dankula. What's funny about it as well is the amount of pro-us articles they've written on Kipper Central. It's don't get me wrong, I'm not against them saying any of this. Obviously, it's just not correct.
Anyways, I am gonna have to go to bed because it's almost, well, it is tomorrow.
Yes, I think I'm probably gonna have to do the same, but I'm gonna have to read the super chats first. So I'm just gonna.
This was hilarious, though. Thank you, Sargon. This has been
you're most welcome.
amusing. I'll see you later.
Take it easy, man. Bye. No, that Kipper Central hit piece was very amusing. I did enjoy that. Arch needs to do a video on Age of Sigmar 2.0 and how they're fixing a lot of the rules fuck-ups, like base-to-base measuring he ranted on 3 years ago. I haven't seen it. I haven't even played Age of Sigmar. Giburel Sagron Din Cod. Yeah, I'll sort something out. This has all just been a test, obviously. Do an All Guardsman Inquisition Goon Squad D&D game. That does sound good. Lovely stuff, Sargon. You're welcome to live in the USA. Thanks, man. I'm probably going to need it at some point. Make England Imperial again, Fura Sargon. Well, I do have the little Pepe up, so. Poland should invade Germany. What would they want with that, though?
So to spread out the spam, I made a few extra channels. I just slapped a bunch of them down there.
Right, okay. Yeah, I'll sort those out at some point. You just spit so much fascism, you killed Arch. Yep. The best leaders never wanted to be leaders. Carl Benjamin 2022. I don't really want to lead anything. I've got to be really fucking honest, man. The idea of like having to go into politics, it's going to be a wall of people who just fucking hate me. And so, I'm just going to have to just keep fucking fighting them on it, and just keep owning them when I can, and explaining what I want to people who aren't controlled by these people until our numbers are too numerous for them to not listen to what we want. Because I think what we're asking for is totally fucking reasonable, and I think that most people will recognise that. The Death of Stalin is not a Russian movie, it's quite poorly executed, but it is a true story. I still haven't seen it. So I can keep fighting for your countrymen. Not many men step forward like you do, Cheers from Canada. Thanks, man. It's the only reason I'm doing it. So it's one of those things that's just got to be done, isn't it? Arch, you know how you consider the end times non-essential? Well, a lot of EU fans consider the same about Disney era shite. I'm afraid I have no idea what that means. Remember the 6 million aboard the Death Star? Yeah, the Death Star must have had millions of people on it. That was Snoke. He could have been rather interesting, but Johnson's a fucking hack and spurge subversion all over The Last Jedi. Yes, he did. Considering that Obi-Wan in the EU, almost didn't become a Jedi in the EU. I've no idea what you're talking about. Extended universe? No, it's got to be it, isn't it? Almost didn't become a Jedi, but sorry, man, I don't follow like Star Wars ultra nerd stuff. I don't follow it.
It's an expanded universe, but yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah. But he almost didn't become a Jedi. But the Obi-Wan movie was going to be around 3, after 3 and before 4 on Tatooine. That's interesting. 25,000 bolivars doesn't meet the minimum super chat. That's, man, Venezuela sucks. And it's not Venezuela, obviously. It's the fucking socialist government of Venezuela sucks. Yeah, I posted a thing on my Facebook page earlier today. A cup of coffee, a single cup of coffee is like 1 million bolivars at this point. It's okay. Jesus. What about a Warhammer adventure book without accepting other religions? I don't know what that's in reference to, I'm afraid. Do these $2 buy me an emoticon? I'm afraid they don't, as far as I'm aware. Arch, how would you go about instituting liberalism into 40k? Or is the 40k the only world where fascism is necessary? Well, I'll field that one. I think that 40k is absolutely a place where fascism is necessary. But the thing is, it's been deliberately designed to be so absurdly dangerous that literally anything else would probably just fail. 40k attracted me because of the harshness. In fact, there we go. That's exactly my point. It's the most unbelievably harsh universe, like, just ever. I mean, it's, you know, in many ways it's ridiculous. Obviously, in many ways it's just created for the sole purpose of staging wars. But hey Arch, you albino legend, finish the Beast series. Arch, finish the Beast series. I need to know how fucking stupid it gets. I haven't seen the Beast series, I'm afraid. People are talking about rotting biomatter now. Okay. The one problem with robots is the eventual sheer boredom. Oh no, don't be silly, man. Right, honestly, I've got this horrible vision of the future where literally everyone's jobs are done by robots, and so people are effectively paid to sit around on social media and talk to one another. Imagine what a fucking cancerous future that's going to be. And the thing is, literally, there may be no alternative. You'll get paid by the social media post, and every single post will have a little advert on it or something like that. Assuming we don't just have UBI, it's just. It's gonna be fucking terrible. Keep fighting the good fight, Stalin. Thank you, man. I will. Opinions on the Northern Ireland border issue after Brexit. I think Jacob Rees-Mogg made a good point when he pinned Guy Verhofstadt on that. The EU is just not being flexible because they want to not be flexible, and they want to not be flexible because Theresa May isn't showing any backbone. If she was showing some backbone, they'd be a lot more flexible on it than you might think. Like you said, the EU rules only apply when you really want them to, and it's true. The main problem with the internet is we all have to face that most people disagree. I think people believed before most people just agreed with them. Yeah, I think that's probably true. Another problem with the internet is that everything just happens so much quicker. The radicalization is really coming to a head, and I really think the internet is responsible for it, frankly. The dehumanization of people and the quick spread of information. Like, for example, today, the shooter in the Annapolis, is it? In America, he went and shot this newspaper, a local newspaper, that he felt had defamed him, and he'd already tried to sue them and stuff like this, and it's like, so, like, this is a personal issue he had with the newspaper. It wasn't that Milo Yiannopoulos encouraged him to do it. Milo was just being a dick, and coincidentally some lunatic, who probably didn't know who Milo was, I'm assuming, just decided he was going to go do it. But I mean, the details are still coming out. But this is the thing: you really shouldn't jump on this. I mean, you'd think after the YouTube shooting, they would have been like, okay, all right, let's just not. Because I mean, it might be one of theirs. But when am I coming to Dallas? I've got a spare 73 Winchester repeater Eagle to show a limey red coat. My second amendment is awesome, and why you need one. Actually, I will be coming to Texas at some point. I will be doing that. So I get an awful lot of requests, and I've been assured of some excellent hospitality, and so how can I refuse? And I'm sure I can put together a pretty good show too. It's 100% desensitizing Gen Y here. We shared beheading videos in school. Yeah, I'm talking about the internet, obviously. Yeah, I bet it is. I fucking bet it is. Hey dudes, you guys rock. Can I invite you guys and maybe fucking Kyle? I don't know who that is. To try the new 40k RPG that's coming out and give Arch a break for once. Well, I'm up for it. Do you think the real Sargon of Akkad would be proud of you carrying his name? Are you lifting for when Civil War comes? I am lifting for when Civil War comes. No, I'm not. I'm doing rock climbing because I feel like I should get some exercise. It's just really good for my upper body. Do I think he would be proud of me carrying his name? Don't know. I mean, a lot of people have got to remember with Sargon is that he came from nothing. Like, he wasn't a wealthy man. He was an orphan who was adopted by a gardener, and somehow he became the king of Kush, or Kish, sorry. And then he became the first emperor of Mesopotamia. So, I mean, maybe. I mean, it's not like, I mean, I wasn't an orphan, but like, it's not like I had any kind of institutional power or anything, and I've just kind of worked my way here just through doing the hard graft, you know. So I don't know. I wouldn't say he would endorse me or anything, but like, I wouldn't automatically say he would be looking down on me either. We want not safe for work for spicy memes in the Discord, please. Dev, can you sort that out? I don't know. I'm
sorry. What was that?
Someone wants not safe for work text channel, I think.
Yep, I've already got it. It's called V's Porn Stash.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Hey man, your subreddit already has Discord. Yeah, I know, man. I said I didn't want one that big. You know, I can't control that sort of thing. Do you think the practice of liberal societies without the belief in liberal axioms leads to postmodernism? Being Christian without faith, etc. That's an interesting question. No, I don't think so. I think postmodernism. The thing is, it's not that they don't believe liberal societies kind of have to believe liberal axioms. Or at least they have to work along the lines of. And when people deliberately, I mean, like, for example, you see sort of socialists all the time falling back on liberal axioms, like the libertarian socialists, the ones that are like, oh no, I would never be like a Stalinist, and it's really because their beliefs are an extension of liberal axioms. They just can't ever get to them, and they're utopian basically. But no, I don't. Postmodernism's a contrivance of unbelievably smart people who are Marxists, and they've found a way to attack the Enlightenment, liberalism, using very clever language. And this isn't something that has just accidentally come about. It's not something homogenous or holistic or like grassroots. This is something that has been contrived as a deliberate attack to protect faith and to protect socialism. So no, that was. I mean, it really does take very intelligent people to be able to deconstruct a nation's character from just using the words they use, and I mean it's very difficult to do. The Wheel of Time, one of my favourite fantasy series, super long series, really good character and cultural development. Yeah, I always remember being in school and seeing like Wheel of Time books, 'cause they're old, aren't they? And I just remember like being in the library when I was like 13 and like seeing like dozens of these massive books and thinking, you know, I probably just won't get to that series. I used to like reading a lot, but like I still do like reading, but like I used to like reading sci-fi and fantasy and stuff like this. but that was just too long, and I was saying, no, I just don't have time to get into it. June Messiah, Children of June, and God Emperor of June. I bet if you did an analysis of them, it was basically like Trump's presidency. Have I put together that reading list yet? No, I haven't, but I will. Do you keep putting it off so people like me donate to you to ask you to see if you made it long? No, no, I will. I mean, whenever I'm talking about a book, just assume that's a book worth reading, I guess. Because if I'm reading something, it probably is worth reading. Because I'm choosing things that I think are important. So, you should take the political scales list. I think I have. It makes a country. Oh no, I haven't. No, sorry. It makes a country for you based on your political views and makes you a flag. Also, don't forget that other super chat from the last live stream. Thanks. I don't know if I'm on the right account to see them. I can't remember off the top of my head. I think I was on my live stream account. Sorry. Sargon's the name of the tyrant. Yeah, I've got to know one. For the billionth time, you already have a Discord? No, I don't. None of them are actually mine. But I appreciate the offers, honestly. I mean, I'm just testing this. I'm gonna set something up, but I'm just testing this. What's your opinion on Portugal, oh greatest ally? It's interesting. A lot of people don't realise that England and Portugal have got the longest alliance in all of history. Because fuck the French and fuck the Spanish. No, I think I nothing but positive thoughts on Portugal. Really, I don't really know a huge amount about Portugal, but I mean, I know broad strokes, but no detail. But yeah, there's no objections. When is the next D&D? Next week, I think. Also, you want to keep talking to Kyle. He keeps talking about how you've gone alt-right. I haven't gone alt-right. Why don't people realise that the alt-right are for ethno-states? Why don't people care about that? He's calling me a white nationalist? PewDiePie's YouTube subscribers outnumber the entire UK electorate. Get him on board for the bans. That's a great point, Jacob Reesfrog. And that's a great name too. I Sargon, you guys are struggling with great things and this is resonating abroad. Thank you so much for great content, ideas and more. You're held in high standards, UKIP it up. Cheers from Brazil, Shadowlay brother. Thanks man. How are things going in Brazil? If Trump is God Emperor, which Primarch is Baron Trump? Ooh, good question. I wish he was around to answer that. Arch and Sargon, this deserves donations without questions asked. Well, thank you. I recommend looking at Peter Zayen's work. While his prediction might be an outlier, it does explain the immigration in Europe and maybe other actions in other nations. Okay. I will put that in a tab so I can look at that afterwards. Ironically, this link tax is absolutely going to kill European news because it's never going to get shared. Yeah, that is going to be a major problem. I mean, I don't know how it's going to work on social media. As far as I'm aware, it just works. It's just within actual pages or something. But I mean, I'd have to look it up. But yeah, it's probably going to fuck everyone. It's crazy. I mean, maybe it's a way. Maybe literally that's what they're trying to do is rein in the media or something. I don't know. Also, the UK doesn't have to obey Article 13 and 11 any more than America does. Well, yeah, I mean, once we get out, we're going to be fine. But we're not out yet. We've probably got a couple more years, so yeah, get used to UKIP. Should we all join UKIP for the bants? Obviously. UKIP, honestly, like I said earlier, UKIP can just be the party of, when one of these fucking people just piss you off, be like, right, okay, I'm joining UKIP. Just fuck you then. Just go and join UKIP. No. Just literally like becoming a Trump voter. Just fuck you. I'm joining UKIP. The anti-political correctness party. That's what it is. That's what it should be. Hey Sargon, I thought I might throw some dollary dues your way. Thank you. Love you guys' videos. Thank you for all the work that's provided hours of entertainment and critical thinking. Archie videos have drained my wallet. Oh well, thanks man, but don't let us drain your wallet. Honestly, please. Like everything I put on the internet's free, obviously. So That balloon is as bad as May giving 2 fingers across the channel from that time she first became PM. Oh yes, the Trump balloon. Yes. Well, again, Trump BTFO'd. Just get wrecked, leader of the free world. I know you've just made peace on the Korean Peninsula, but look how fucking tiny your hands are. I fucking hate you, Donald Trump. Hey Arch, what do you know about Wagner's? He's not here, I'm afraid. Who's reading more books now? I don't know, I've asked that one. Ever read any? Hits 500,000 bolivars. That's $5.21, man. Thank you. It just occurred to me I'm probably a billionaire in Venezuela. Have I ever read any James Clavell? No, I have never read any of the 40k novels, I'm afraid. A Thousand Suns, Magnus Did Nothing Wrong. No, I haven't. I'm afraid. Just like how the paedophile preacher preaches hardest against paedophilia, with the SJW set up the anti-rape organisation. Turns out to be a rapist. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I think a lot of them. I mean, not all of them, obviously, and it's obviously going to be a tiny minority, but like, it still attracts these people. Since Trump is making space movies of things, I mean, that SJWs, does it make the SJWs unsanctioned psychers because they claim to read minds? I think they're definitely unsanctioned, regardless of whether they're psychos or not. When are you doing a Me Too video, Saga? Yeah, as soon as it's finished fucking everyone up. Like, every fucking week, there's more victims of the Me Too movement at this point. And so, I'm just like, shit, I don't even know where this is going to end. Like, shit's going down, and I'm like, who was it the other day? Morgan Freeman, there was someone else.
I posted somebody this morning, actually. Let me see if I can find him.
It's just this fucking witch hunt at this point. Like, there was Netflix. Holy fucking shit. On the set of Netflix production they're making, the crew were literally told not to look at each other for longer than 5 seconds in case they somehow harassed each other. And it's just like, fuck. Like, what kind of crazy fucking world are we living in? Oh no.
Okay,
man, that fucking Steve Owen meme is just brutal. I like Steve Owen.
Listen to this. Joel Davis was arrested in New York on Tuesday on child sex abuse charges. Davis is the chairman of the International Campaign to Stop Rape and Gender Violence and Conflict. He is accused of trying to set up sexual encounters between himself and children as young as 2 years old. Holy shit.
Dude, we covered that earlier. Sorry.
Yeah, I actually work in one of those buildings. It's like, I think he's from Columbia or something like that, from the school.
Right, okay.
Yeah. I heard about that this morning. It's pretty wild how that happened.
Yeah. This World Cup indeed proved the concept that Germany cannot win on Russian soil. Very good. Alcibiades. Sargon, what are the odds you recognise me as a total badass on the stream? Yeah, Alcibiades was indeed a total badass. Hiding in my closet with tornado sirens going off, powers out lost my Fallout save. Dude, that's horrific. I'm so sorry to hear it. Anti-free speech hill. Oh, anti-free speech is the hill the Guardian is willing to die on. Yeah, pro-censorship. The Guardian, 2018. They fear your power, take them to war. Do the best they can. This week in Stupid in Scotland when? Also, would you appear on BBC Question Time if asked? Yeah, I absolutely would. And I would look forward to them just saying to them that I just don't care about your opinions on this. Because all they'll be asking is, why did you send a tweet to poor old Jess Phillips? Because she's a cunt, to be honest, that's why. Do I need to be more clear about it? She's awful. And you all know she's awful. She oozes awfulness. And if you read her book, you can see exactly why. She's just a schemer. We should call the new Space Force the Emperor's Children. That would be awesome, actually. Cat Girls and Lou Levi are running gag in his streams. Right, okay, that explains that. When we were talking about Athens, so why do you care about that Bronze Age bullshit? As far as my Yancast is concerned, important history started in the 19th century. I don't know, I just really like it. I just find it very interesting. There's just a lot going on. The Guardian seems to genuinely loathe you and Dank. And so yeah, it's because we're not bad people. That's why. They don't like the fact that, like, it would be so much easier for them if we were actually bad people. You know, I don't have a criminal record. Like, I haven't done anything to anyone. They would love us to be, but we're not. You know, Dankula's only got a criminal record because of a fucking ridiculous judge, and it's going to get overturned. I'm absolutely certain. So, holy fucking shit. Yeah, I think it's the other channel. So when I do the next live stream on my live channel, I'll answer those then. Sorry, chaps, because I can't get access to them while I'm still logged in on this one. But right, okay. Thank you everyone for watching. Sorry that this wasn't a more interesting stream, but I was just testing this. But I think I've got it working now. So thank you everyone who's in the chat for being my guinea pigs, and I'll speak to you all later.